Right.
Sure. Be quiet for a minute because I'll be eating, but I'm good to go.
I already hit the button, Rob. So StreamYard says we are live, and so does YouTube. So evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of This Week Unloaded. So far, we have in here on the panel with us Mr. Jason Stewart. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Rich. Thanks for the invite. Nice to see everybody.
And as everybody already heard, we also have Mr. Rob D, the New York Outcast, who says he's going to be eating dinner.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us.
And then next we had Mr. Buck Stanley, the gun-loving grandpa. How are you tonight, Buck?
Doing good. How's everybody doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. And then finally, so far, we have G23 out there in Oregon. How are you tonight?
Not bad. Thanks for the invite.
Yep, no problem. And out there in the chat so far, we had Jason was first, and then Southpaw RX, and Buck's out there, and so are Stacy and Snob. So evening to you folks out there. Two of them people have links. You see where they're at, though, right? And they're not in here. See how it is. Snob never jumps in, though, unless he's like standing behind Stacy and basically stealing her link. So.
Snob's a big shot. You don't have time for this.
Mm-hmm. Makes you wonder if Snob would have jumped in during the bracket or not, like Obi-Wan and Gary did if he were watching that night. Or would he have been too big still to do that?
He would have voted for the 365.
And mechanic.
Altor.
No, he would have been mad because the P320 wasn't on the list. Why isn't the X carry on the list? That would have been Snob.
Yep, that would have been Snob. He'd been crying about the X carry.
Uh-huh. MKJO's out there now too, and Stacy says she hasn't felt up to it since getting over COVID, and now her allergies are kicking in. Man, you're just having bad luck all the way around, lady. Come on. Okay, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, that happened after I had to go over Walmart with the wife. I get back and in the after chat they're talking about, I was like, what? I missed something. Somebody basically pulled a Amber on Gary earlier. The good thing was that it wasn't live though. Well, the show was live, but the person wasn't doing an Amber live. It was their avatar. And Gary went and fixed that. Took that part out of the show after the fact. So if you go back and watch the replay, you won't see it. Yeah, that happened today. Because people are assholes. I don't know how else to put it, but that's just the way it is.
China asshole.
Donald Trump, don't touch China. China asshole. Oh God, that Korean or not Korean. I'll get it right eventually. Hong Kong guy, yeah, random Hong Kong guy. I still laugh my ass off whenever I see that clip. That was just funny. Anyway, yeah, we were talking in the pre-show. I don't know how many people out there have heard about this one, but Joe Biden, I don't know if it's an office that he's created or if it's one that existed before. But we have a new nominee for Ambassador for Religious Freedom. And it's a Muslim who doesn't believe in religious freedom. So, thoughts on that?
That sounds perfectly in line with the Biden regime.
So
Not too surprising out of the anti-America hating and false information feeding Biden administration.
I mean, aside from the nominee, has anybody ever heard of that position before? Because that's the first I've ever heard of it.
Never have heard of it.
He'll probably come up with some czar of racial equality or something and put in a Klans member or something.
No, he'll put a Black Lives Matter person in charge of that. Come on.
No, I think Jason had it right. You know, because he does like doing eulogies of Klan members.
This is true. But he also doesn't want them rioting on the White House lawn. But then it would just be a peaceful protest, right? Because, you know, it's not January 6th. So it would just be a peaceful protest. Couple windows get broken in the Capitol and it's an insurrection. You get people rioting in D.C. right in front of the White House, and that's just a peaceful protest. You were going to say something, Jason?
Oh, yeah, you know, looting, burning down businesses, little murder or two, you know, that's a mostly peaceful protest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whole city's on fire. Oh, it's just a peaceful protest.
It's only a piece of the city. It's not the whole city.
Take over a whole section of Seattle. Oh, it's just a peaceful protest. It's a summer of love.
Yeah, it's the summer of love.
You remember that, right?
It's a carnival atmosphere here.
Yeah. Mayor of Seattle there for you folks, and take over Capitol Hill neighborhood, I think it was, and with the chop, and it's just the summer of love. It's a peaceful protest. Tell that to the people that were murdered there. I'm sure they would love to know that they didn't actually die from people being actual insurrectionists. No, it was just a peaceful protest. Gary's out there now. Evening, Gary. So, yeah, we got a topic. It's right up Kingpin's alley, and he's not even in here. So, what's up with that? Come on, man. You know, Kingpin would be all over this Muslim shit if he were in here. We all know how Kingpin feels about the Muslims.
So, when did this news come out? Is this something just happened today?
I just saw a story about it today. I don't know when it actually happened. But.
So he's a nominee, so he has to be approved by Congress or something?
Apparently, yeah. That'll be. I mean, it's a position that I didn't know existed. So, yeah, but he's listed as being a nominee. So, yeah, I'm guessing that he would have to be approved by Congress or the Senate anyway. Not the whole Congress, but yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Apparently, Kingpin hasn't been paying attention to what we've been talking about because he says, "What?" Yeah, you know, like for those of you who may have joined late and don't know, Joe Biden, again, don't know if it's an office he created or if it's something that's existed before. the Ambassador for Religious Freedom nominee is a Muslim who does not believe in religious freedom. Go figure.
That's like giving Hitler the Peace Prize.
Or making him Time Man of the Year.
I heard he come up with that spot when he was at pudding time. When they was all eating pudding together.
Hitler actually was Man of the Year for Time Magazine. What was that? 1936, I think it was. So, it happened.
Well, didn't they make Osama like Man of the Year or something too?
Did they?
Yeah, I think Time Magazine made Osama bin Laden like Man of the Year.
Yeah, but their excuse for Hitler was that it's not necessarily that they were a good person. It's just that they were the most influential person that year. Okay. And Joseph Stalin also got Man of the Year from Time Magazine around the same time Hitler did, by the way. About the time that he was starving the people in Ukraine to death. Sent the Red Army in to take all their food.
Allegedly, Rich.
Oh, no, it's not alleged.
That was scrubbed from history.
No, because they found the records of it in the Soviet archives when the Soviet Union fell. Yeah, it's not alleged. Now, what's alleged is the Armenian genocide by the Ottoman Turks. That's just alleged because, can't acknowledge that actually happened.
It's just a phony dossier.
Uh-huh. Kingpin says they gave Obama the Peace Prize. Not much different than Hitler. Yeah. Well, the Peace Prize lost all meaning when they gave it to Al Gore for making a movie.
A propaganda film.
Uh-huh. Which didn't have a single fact in the movie. Everything that was in that movie was a bunch of nonsense.
Didn't that movie say we'd be dead by now?
Oh, yeah. The movie also said that the California coastline will be underwater by now. And right after he got the Peace Prize, what did Al Gore go out and do? He bought a beach house in Malibu. Where's Malibu? I believe that's on the beach in California.
Yeah, I was waiting my whole life to watch California go underwater.
Yeah. Well, according to the movie, the entire state of Florida would be underwater right now. And the parts in the movie where they show the chunks of ice falling off of the Antarctic ice cap, that was from the movie The Day After Tomorrow.
Sometimes I wish a great big tsunami had hit Washington, D.C.
It's a little bit close to my son's house. He ain't that far away from it.
Yeah, it would wash all the sewage this way, Jason. That wouldn't be a good thing. G-Webs is out there now. Evening, G-Web. Yeah, Kingpin also said chunk yogurt. I think he means Cenk Uyghur. Said that didn't happen. Yeah, I know. The Young Turks are famous for being Armenian genocide deniers. They've made a career on that.
Is he still around? Chunk yogurt?
Yeah. Yeah, the Young Turk, their viewership has greatly declined, but they still that YouTube channel still exists.
Isn't he gonna run for governor or something like that, or did he?
He ran for Congress and got his ass kicked. He says, "No, I meant Fat Buffalo." Same thing. Did you guys ever see when Steven Crowder kept trying to get him to go and debate him, and he wouldn't do it, so he showed up at an event where he was speaking dressed up like him and mocked him the whole time. Finally, they had security escort Crowder out, but man, that was hilarious. He looked. Crowder had the makeup artist and everything do the makeup for him and stuff. He looked almost exactly like him. It was hilarious. G-Web says there's no such thing as chunky yogurt. At least he hopes there isn't. I don't know. You get the yogurt with the real fruit in it. Sometimes that's got big chunks of yogurt. Fruit in it. So that would be kind of chunky yogurt.
Man, don't talk about yogurt too much. On the way back from Texas, we stopped by Buc-ee's and got a big old thing of fudge. Yeah, we ain't got that much left. I was eating that on the way home.
Well, they have cottage cheese. I don't think cottage cheese and yogurt are the same thing, Kingpin.
I had a nice children dinner for lunch.
Yeah, apparently that's what you said on Gary's show anyway.
I don't know, man.
I said you typoed something and you thought you typoed the wrong word. It's like, oh no, Jason, that's not where you typoed, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just a couple weeks ago, I was texting, said something about wanted chicken for dinner, and it changed it to children then too.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Jason said he was at a local restaurant and he was having children breast strips for lunch. I think you typoed something there, Jason.
No, that's exactly what he meant.
Yeah, deep fried children. You ought to try them. They're good.
So I'm gonna attempt to email you something, Rich. So if it kicks me out, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Actually, you can just share it from my IG page. I tagged you in the post. I want everyone's opinion on the van.
Okay, you said Instagram?
Yeah.
Because I haven't gotten any notifications on my phone or anything from Instagram and all. Okay, there it is. All right. Where are we at? Here we are. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay, you guys seeing it?
I just want to know, does that make you a creeper, or does it give you street cred that you're not a creeper?
Well, we need to ask G-Web. He's the van guy.
Definitely a creeper.
What's the 2.5 mean?
I don't know. Is that the age? Yeah, I saw that today, and so I was like, yeah, I've got to snap a picture and ask people.
Oh, this is something you've seen? So somebody drives it every day then, huh? Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
Outside of daycare.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Where's my poll? Did it show up? You guys seeing the poll? Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is a perfect opportunity for a poll. We're going to ask the audience, does the person that owned this van qualify as a creeper for putting that on his van? Simple yes or no, folks. So far, we got 2 votes and, 3 votes. And there's more than 3 of you out there watching. Ooh, 5 votes.
Yeah, I took that out of the passenger window of my Rogue.
Got 6 votes so far.
Was the same thing written on the other side?
It's pretty low for a semi.
I don't know. I said rogue, not rig.
So we'll give it a few more seconds. See what the answers are. I'm surprised by these answers.
Yeah, me too. All the ones that vote no are creeping me out.
Yeah, right. I thought we were getting one no vote and the rest would all be yes. But, yeah. How much longer should I give the poll?
2.5 minutes.
It's been going over a minute now. Oh, there's 7 votes, and we only got 7 people watching right now. So I think now would be a good time to call it then. Unless the counter in StreamYard's wrong and there's actually more people watching. Oh, there's Gary. Hey, Gary.
Hey,
Hey, Gary.
hello.
Hey, Gizzard.
Hello.
How's it going, Giz? So, in your opinion, if you put not a creeper van 2.5 on the side of your van, does that make you a creeper or not?
I voted no.
He's in the pockets of a big white van owner.
Well, it's in the vehicle description, not a creeper.
And that's exactly what a creeper would say.
A creeper wouldn't put anything on the side of there. He wouldn't want to draw attention to himself.
Yeah, what do you put, like free candy, free ice cream, free ammo? You know. And they would definitely put not a creeper because he doesn't want people to think he's a creeper. And
Yeah, that free ammo almost got me one day.
yeah.
No, but I was thinking that would be a good idea. Instead of an ice cream truck, you could drive around the neighborhoods with an ammo truck selling ammo.
We're going to call it on the poll. Been going for 3 minutes now. Wait for the results to officially post. If they do. Oh, there it is. There are 8 votes. No one, 62% to 37%. But, yeah, it's definitely an interesting picture. I can't believe somebody actually put that on their van.
So does the poll say it's a creeper?
No, they say it's not a creeper.
It's not a creeper.
The question was, does that van make the owner a creeper? 62% said no. So, guess he's not a creeper, folks.
Are they idiots? I don't know what you're talking about, but maybe they're idiots.
The views and opinions of my wife are the views and opinions of my wife and do not reflect the views and opinions of the host of this show or any of the panelists. Thank you. I don't know if you guys heard what she said. She said everybody that voted no is an idiot.
You don't know who's a creeper or not.
Oh,
But he wrote not a creeper on the side of his van. Come on.
I'm with her.
I'm still mystified by what the 2.5 means.
yeah, I know, right?
I know. Yeah, I mean, that kind of automatically qualifies you as a creeper.
I mean,
That
if
is
you were a
just-
drug dealer, would you put not a drug dealer on the side of your vehicle? I don't think you'd want to draw attention to yourself.
You know what? In today's society, with some of the idiots that are out there, don't put it past somebody to do it. Yeah, welcome back, Buck.
Tomorrow I'm going to put on the side of mine, not a work truck, 2.5 250.
Yeah. G-Web wants to know, how awesome would tiny Roman candles the size of a soda straw be? Hmm.
I don't know. Might be too small. Kind of wimpy, like 9mm.
Yeah. I don't know if that would work.
I'd rather have like Roman candles in like a 4 or 5 inch tube, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd have enough pressure to shoot the little ball of fire out of it.
That would be messed up though if you went to use one of those as a real straw and got shot in the face or something.
They have those firework lighting sticks, and they don't work very well either. They're about the size of a soda straw.
Why would you want smaller balls? If anything, you'd want bigger, right?
Ease of transportation. Oh no, Rob, you get to be about my age, you get tired of stepping on it, dragging on the floor every day.
You know, the Sharpie size one that he puts out there might work. But yeah, I don't know if a soda straw would, if you'd be able to generate enough pressure for it to shoot out like it's supposed to. The Sharpie would probably work. Start making bottle rockets the size of a Sharpie. That would be cool.
Oh, Kingpin's on the attack. He's got facts to back him up.
Mm-hmm. We've lost 2 viewers.
Did you put some on?
They were just creepers, Rich. Just creepers.
Yeah, they were outed because that was their van. What was that?
Guinea pig.
Okay. I thought maybe that's what it was, but I wasn't sure.
I just got a pop up, and Norton said StreamYard was safe to use.
Oh, there you go. You got verification.
How do you know Norton's safe to use?
Yeah,
That's the question.
well, why'd it take him like a half hour? I could have been
Yeah,
virused by now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, whatever Kingpin posted must be funny because MKJO put LOL in big letters out there. Yep, Vanessa Kitty's out there now.
It's probably a video of like 9mm bouncing off a pillow or something.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Trapped by the first layer of fleece.
Well, that's after it goes through the meat target.
Yeah, y'all need to watch that video.
Which video? The one that Kingpin posted?
Yeah, the one Kingpin just put up.
No, the one I liked recently was the Paul Harrell's video, not from this week, but the one from last week where he was on a rant because people didn't get the point of his transitioning from your handgun or your long gun to your handgun. Oh man, he was in rare form in that video. If you guys haven't watched it and you want to see a pissed off Paul Harrell, go check that video out. The one from this week, he was just testing different 22 ammos. I don't want to get copyright. You know, some people are. Good Lord. And I had people put in a copyright claim because I used something that is public domain on the channel for Memorial Day, which I still gotta email YouTube about. Not that I'm monetized, so it don't really matter, but it's the principle of the thing.
What was that?
When I played taps on the show, some company hit me with a copyright claim on it, even though what I used was from the U.S. Navy band, and I contacted them at their email address they have for their business inquiries and whatnot, and they said no, we didn't copyright you. We have it set as to where it's open domain, anybody can use it. So I got to get in touch with YouTube still and get that straightened out, because that's kind of nonsense if somebody is able to hit me with a copyright claim for something that is public domain and isn't even theirs to copyright anyway.
Yep, I got copyrighted for playing the taps by the Marine Corps band.
Probably the same company too, I bet.
I haven't looked at it through my computer. So if you go through YouTube Studio on your phone, it doesn't give you that information.
That sucks.
Well, everybody check out that video and subscribe to him. CW is a good guy. He's on a lot of the reloading chats, and he's helped me out a few times, and he's a really nice guy.
Okay.
CW Longshot is a good guy.
Okay. If you guys are saying he won't copyright me, then I'll take your word for it.
Nah, he wouldn't copyright strike a fellow gun person.
Let me open that in a different tab here. There we go. If I can get it to where it'll stop at the beginning of the video. There we go. All right. Share. Okay, you guys seeing that tab?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we didn't have no sound, but
It didn't play the
basically,
sound?
no. He was showing that 9mm didn't go through cardboard.
He said it almost went through plastic cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
I need to send a copy of that to Trey.
Yeah. He probably left out the part. He was 150 yards away or something.
No, I didn't forget the audio. It just didn't play it for some reason.
Did you check the little box when you
Does that
shared
have
the
that little
screen?
box too?
Yep.
I am so sick of that. It didn't, because it didn't show up as having the little box when I just did it. So I was like,
Pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it's when you go to the share screen, it's at the very bottom of the share screen. There's a little tiny box that says for audio.
no, I'll try again. I know it does that on the chamber.
Yeah, I miss it all the time.
Yeah, okay. All right. Here we go. Try
9mm, so powerful, it almost went all the way through a piece of plastic cardboard. Wow, I'm impressed.
again. You got the audio that time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now just forward that straight on over there to Ghost. I'm
So
sure
stop
he'll get it.
buying his ammo at Family Dollar.
Okay, what button do we click to report that? Oh.
Oh, Vanessa says she's got a couple bears nearby.
I saw that.
As long as they're eating somewhere else, I guess you can't complain about much.
Something I'm glad about my state is you don't see bears here.
They say there's a few black bear here. I've never seen one ever, but
Oh,
they claim there's a few here and there.
I've seen them here many times.
We don't get a lot of
guys.
tourism here in the state of Kansas that includes bears.
We got some black deer, but almost had one, man, but he ran faster than I could aim well.
We've had, when we lived the other place, we had black bear running through the yard all the time, including one that our cat was chasing. But you guys have heard that story before.
Yeah, I was deer hunting, and might have been 3 of them at the time, but 2 or 3 deer at least. They hopped up and took off running right in front of me. One of them was solid black, and they went down into a dried up creek bed, and I was on one side, and they were running down the length of that creek bed, and like I couldn't see them till like every hop, like their head would pop up higher than the bank, and drop down. So it was like a shooting gallery target game. I kept trying to get a headshot when they would pop up. Man, all I hit was trees and dirt.
Yeah, sometimes those deer be tricky.
Yeah, they seem to run a lot faster when people are shooting at them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't run fast at all when your car's coming down the road.
Hell no, they just stand there and look at you. Stand right in the middle of the road, like, yeah, they ain't moving.
And you'd be surprised how they could duck and swerve and turn and zig and zag when you're shooting at them.
I remember the first time I went deer hunting with hunting dogs. I never thought in my life a deer could move that damn fast. It was just like a blur went in front of me. Some guy said, "Did you shoot it?" I said, "What?"
What, the blur?
I said, "Damn, I wasn't expecting that."
Yeah, deer are a lot easier to shoot when they're standing still, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they are.
You ever try and lead a running deer? Don't bother. You got to shoot 3
Oh,
herds
hell
ahead.
no.
Yeah, it's hard to shoot them when they're in full gallop, man. Might as well just forget about it. You're right.
And the guy with me, I asked, lied. Guy said, "Yeah, we hit him. He fell down." Guy said, "Where's the blood?" He looking all around. I was like, I ain't see shit. All I seen was a blur.
Well, see, the blur was because their rifle was so powerful, it hit that deer and just carried them all the way into the next county.
Yeah, well, we couldn't hunt with our rifles. We had to use shotguns.
Well, there you go. They hit them with a slug. We've all seen the movies. You hit a person with it and it throws them through a plate glass window behind them.
Yeah, in the opposite direction they're running.
Mm-hmm. It just lift you right out of your shoes, man. Come on.
What is a 950 JDJ?
I would probably think that would be like anti-material rifle or something. If it's a real thing.
Somebody's tag number?
Maybe that too. Vanessa says moose run and turn incredibly fast. Yeah, and a lot of times they'll be doing that right at you.
Hey man, did you ever watch that show Top Shots?
Oh yeah.
Now, when it was new and it came out, I remember watching them all, and I liked it pretty well. But I wasn't into guns really at the time. Um, I just started watching them again, uh, you know, and I think it's real. I even like the show more now. It's pretty interesting to be familiar with some of these firearms they were using, and it's neat to see, uh, some of the names you might have heard of in the shooting community and stuff. It's neat to see them, 10, 12 years ago when they were younger and starting out and stuff. So I just started watching that again, man, and those are actually pretty good. Some shows I'd kind of forgotten about, but yeah, I just like really enjoying it watching them again.
I interviewed the season 4 winner.
Yeah, Chris Chang.
Chris Chang, yeah, I remember him.
Weren't he and Gabby on the same season?
Um, they might have been on a couple seasons because one season was called like All Stars, and they brought
Yeah.
back people from other ones.
Yeah, I think they were on the same season when they were both first on the show.
Yeah, I think they were both on season 4.
Yeah, I wish they'd bring that show back.
You're not the
It's
only one.
Not politically correct. They can't do that.
Well, Outdoor Network or somebody could do it. That's where they show the reruns.
Somebody
They show it
would
on, like,
still gripe about it.
no, they have all kinds of different gun shows on there. That and what's the other one? Sportsman's Outdoor or something. Because the other one, they show the old shooting shows like that, and they both have Hollywood Weapons. The new episodes are on Outdoor Channel, and the other one shows the reruns.
I was watching a couple yesterday, man. They were shooting Beretta 92 pistols and Mosin Nagant rifles.
That's an interesting combination.
They lit a rope fuse that went to a little explosive, little bang bag or whatever you want to call it, a small explosive. And they'd light the fuse, and you had to sever the fuse, and you only had 10 shots to do it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
One guy shot the rope like dead, shot it, hit it like 2 or 3 times right in the same spot, and the fire like skipped right over the hole and kept lighting the other side of the fuse, so he still lost.
That sucks. That shows where I first saw the 5.7 round. They had that one episode where they had to do like SWAT team stuff. If you saw that one, and they had to use the FN 5.7 to make this long shot with it.
I watched one I didn't watch them in order. I was just skipping around. I watched one where they did a mile shot, 1,750 yards with a 338. And, I don't know how much they edited the show or whatever, but all of them, except for one guy, hit it within like 2 shots, 3 shots. There was one guy that struggled real bad. I don't know how many shots he took, but they were dropping them right on in there, man. 1,750 yards.
Ghost is out there now. So, Buck, you can give Ghost the link to that video now. just repost that there in the chat. Yeah, but they had to The episode I'm talking about, they had to like rappel down like a 20-foot board, and halfway down they came to like a platform that they had to stop on, pick up the 5.7 and shoot this long distance target, and then rappel down the rest of the board.
Oh yeah. Oh, they came up with some great stuff, man. Like I don't know what they call it, but they'd strap you to a wheel and you would spin. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? They had some pretty cool stuff, man.
Yeah, they came up with some interesting ideas for obstacles and stuff.
I kind of the only ones I really don't really enjoy is I really don't care for the archery or the axe throwing or any of that. But yeah, they come up with some good stuff, man.
Yeah, the one where they had the old fashioned style shooting gallery, but all the targets were like super small, like golf balls and stuff like that. That's exactly what we're talking about, Ghost. He said, it sounds like you're talking Top Shot. Yeah, it's exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, if I were in better shape and conditioning, that show would be fun. Something like that would be fun to do. But my knees and everything, my back, I probably won't be able to do that now.
Well, we'll just do our own version, make our own show. Call it instead of Top Shots, we'll call it like Old Farts or something.
Crippled shots.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll use bolt action rifles with high powered scopes for a long range 25-yard shot.
Did you say long range?
Middle shot.
5 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. Get the biggest scope we can get for that 25-yard shot.
And make sure it's night vision too. Or thermal. 25.
You will be challenged to hit this 18-inch target at 25 yards.
Then the electric space heater that's turned on using thermographic imaging scope at night at 25 yards with a 338 Lapua rifle.
Once you run 5 yards, you'll assume the shooting position and take your shot at the
The shooting
18-inch target
position in this lawn chair.
located 25 yards away. Time to beat 4 minutes, 21 seconds.
And when you're done, you drink this beer.
I thought you had to drink the beer before you did the run.
Well, no, you got to cool down afterwards. The beer's just to cool down after. You know, get a nice ice cold beer after you take the shot.
No, it's that trick shot where they lay the beer bottle down and rest a bottle opener on it, and you got to hit the bottle opener for 22, and it'll pop the cap off.
Or you'd spill half your beer.
There
man.
you go. That way, you miss or mess it up, you don't get to drink it.
If you're man enough, you'll still drink it afterwards. What's a little bit of glass?
Then don't miss. If you hit the opener, the cap will pop off, and you just have a bucket underneath of it. Catch all the beer.
A bucket with ice in it. Yeah, that wouldn't work great.
Got to shoot it with that 950 JDM or JDJ or whatever it is.
That would be a big round if that's a real thing.
Yeah, it'd
Send me
probably
an
be about
email,
like
I'll take it.
$50 a bullet too.
I mean, you figure a 50 caliber bullet is half a inch in diameter. That would be almost an inch in diameter. That's a big bullet if that's a real thing. Didn't watch the video, so don't know.
Send a picture and an email.
I know they got a great big rifle over there, like in Iraq or something. So I saw a bunch of videos of like everybody who shot it, man. It like took you clean out of the chair, knocked you on your ass. The rifle went flying up in the air.
Well, 20 millimeter rifle will do that if you're not braced properly.
I think that was the 700 Roland.
It's a big old wooden stock, big old gun, man. It just says, I think the videos just say like big ass gun or something, but it's like over there in Iraq or someplace, and like they're like at indoor shooting ranges and stuff. And I mean, they get down on it, and man, that thing just like flies right out of their hands, right off their shoulder, knocks them down.
Oh yeah, there's lots of rifles to do that. You ever see a 4-bore rifle? Oh, that thing will mess your day up if you're not braced right when you shoot that thing. You're in trouble.
Yeah, that video I saw was pretty funny, man. You literally pull that trigger and instantly that gun is someplace else.
Yeah. Ian on Forgotten Weapons a few years ago was shooting the 4-bore rifle. He shot it once and said, "Yep, that's enough." Like, I ain't shooting that one again. But, yeah, for those of you who don't know, the 4-bore rifle was what they used to use for hunting elephant and stuff back in like the 1800s, early 1900s over in Africa. And that thing would drop an elephant in one shot. It's no joke. We're talking full-grown bull elephant, you know.
I saw some other videos where they're claiming like the biggest gun in the world. Like some company here in Ohio made like a couple of them. And it's a big badass rifle. Like the rifle itself weighs like 100 pounds or something.
Anzio Ironworks.
That's the only way to like keep it controllable. But they were saying like the recoil kick on that was like something amazingly crazy. It was like 300 and some pounds of recoil back kick on. I mean, that would like break your shoulder bones, man. That would like crack your bones up.
Is that Anzio Ironworks?
Not sure. I forget, but it's some big gun and it's some big bullets.
Yeah, they make Anzio, I know, makes 20 millimeter bolt action rifles, and there's other companies that make 20 millimeter. 20 millimeter is a cannon cartridge.
Yeah, I know this rifle. They made a couple of them, and one of them, like it only weighed 75 pounds or something, and it wasn't heavy enough. They had to like get up near 100 pounds just to.
God, that's not a 20 millimeter though. What are they doing? Shooting the 30 millimeter out of a goddamn warthog out of that thing?
It's just like a bolt action rifle, man, and it just needs that weight to like keep itself sitting on like a shooting bench.
Good Lord, the hell are they shooting? 75-pound rifle. The 20 millimeter rifles aren't that heavy.
Yeah, and this isn't like like in an aircraft gun or something like that, man. This is like a wooden stock bolt action rifle.
Yeah, you can get wood stock 20 millimeter rifles.
But I mean the 100 pounds worth, you know what I mean? It's not like it's got a lot of metal on it. But yeah, it's a big old boy gun. I forget what he said. I think he held up the bullets. I think he said they were like $30 a piece, $70 a piece, something like that.
That's crazy.
I sent you 2 photos. One of that round and one of the gun. Or one with a comparison of that round with others, and then one of the gun. If you want to check it out.
The 905, 950, whatever.
Yeah,
Holy hell.
950 JDJ.
That's got to be an anti-material round. Holy hell. The Polish, leave it to the Polacks, you know. Shame Warsaw Patriots not out there to pick on them for this one. Good Lord. Yeah, share that. That's craziness. Let's see if I got the right tab. Probably don't. Okay, yep, that's the right tab. Look at the size of that thing. That's just crazy. You guys seeing that? Hello?
Yeah, I'm
we
seeing
can
it.
see it. So,
Oh,
so
The
the biggest,
next largest is a 30-06.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Ooh.
Like I said, it'd be about twice the diameter of a 50 caliber round. So that,
Fucker's
yeah,
probably got a half a pound of powder in it.
it's bigger than a 20 millimeter too. 20. You figure
Yeah.
a 50 cal is 12.5 millimeter. So I mean, that's bigger than a 20 millimeter round too. That thing's just insane.
22 LR, 223, 30-06, and then the 950.
Yeah, that would have to be an anti-material round, if kind of thing, for like taking out light armored vehicles. You know, not obviously not a tank, but like a personnel carrier or like a concrete bunker. You could use it on something like that. So that's what like a lot of the countries where they use the 20 millimeter rifles. That's what they use them for. So I would guess that Poland uses that in the same way that you would a 20 millimeter rifle other places. Yeah, that's insanely large. Cow. And what's crazy is it's got the lubrication rings on the outside of the case too. Just noticed that. You got one there and one there. So it doesn't even, the bullet doesn't even fit completely into the case.
Yeah, they're other photos in a separate email. I sent them individually.
Okay, let me stop sharing this one and go see what you got. Share this one.
Let's see somebody EDC this thing.
Yeah, and there's the rifle. Look at the size of the break on that damn thing. Holy hell.
Okay, I looked this up. This was that rifle I was just talking about. The big, heavy rifle.
Yeah, it's the same round.
Yeah, it's this gun, or not this particular gun, but it's this caliber, this rifle. There's a 905 and then there's a 950. And in that case is 240 grains of powder.
Yeah, that's insanity.
That's 5 times the powder that 30-06 had in it.
Mm-hmm.
$40 a shot.
Yeah,
Back when the
That's-
article was written 10 years ago,
that's
probably.
that's chump change there, Jason. You know you could fire that like probably 8 times a day.
Once. I don't know. I think, buddy, I think that one there, you might fire that gun once and never touch it again.
Yeah.
That
Probably
muzzle,
not fun.
that muzzle brake is bigger than what a suppressor for like a 5.56 or a 300 blackout would be. That is a massive brake on that thing.
Depending on the bet, I would fire that thing twice.
Damn, man, that fucking thing right there would stop a semi truck cold.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Well, you could do that with you could do that with a 50 caliber rifle too. You could do that with a Barrett.
That might hit the engine so hard it broke the engine mounts or something.
Yeah, remember that's what the 50 caliber round was originally designed for, was shooting armored vehicles. So
Yeah.
you could do.
Yeah, but that 50 cal ain't nowhere near the size of that thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you could easily do it with that because if you know what you're doing. You can do it with a 50 cal. I'm agreeing with you. So yeah, you could definitely do it with that damn thing.
You might shoot a car with that, and the car might actually kind of lift off the ground a little bit.
You flip a car over with that. What are you talking about? Bernie says good rabbit hunting round. Yeah, you'd shoot the rabbit in your yard and the one 3 counties over too. Good God. How many grain weight? How much? Yeah, I was going to say, Buck wants to know how much it weighs. How many grains is that bullet for that comes out of that thing? That would have.
Oh, I didn't see that. It's going to be heavy.
Yeah,
It's weighed in ounces instead of grains.
Next time, you got to shoot that watermelon that's 3 miles down the road with this 950 Polish round. Pulls it out into things like the size of a goddamn Lysol can.
I'd have called it the 950 mini mag.
Ain't nothing mini about it, Jason. Holy hell.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Hell, you'd have to watch what you were shooting for sure with that. I mean, that might go through a small berm or something at the end of your range, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely not going to shoot a steel target with it. I mean,
Yeah, remember in Johnny Dangerously where he says his 88 Magnum shoots
Yeah.
through skulls?
Yeah,
That round will.
goes through schools. Yeah.
It shoots through the school and the hospital behind it, and then the police station behind that.
The tree behind that. Yeah.
Wonder what backstop they're using in that video. The videos you're talking about, I've seen them too, and they are freaking hilarious. Like some of those guys literally slam against the back of the cage and shit. It's funny, you know, because they're grown men. You know what I mean? It's not funny when it's a first time shooter and you're handing them something like that, but you know. You can tell these guys probably lined up to take a shot. They're all watching, and the next one gets in there and gets blasted against the wall, and the rifle slides back, and all types of crazy stuff. It's definitely entertaining. But yeah, I wonder what they're using for a backstop, or if they're just shooting out a freaking window or something.
Yeah, it's like as bad as my arm is, I'm not even trying to shoot that rifle.
I used to have a Winchester Defender 12 gauge. And it had a shorter barrel on it than most shotguns. You know, it was the Home Defender series. I put pistol grip on it. And we were having fun sneaking in 3-inch magnums in it. And your wrist, that's all it wants, boy. You don't want no more. Then 3-inch magnums out of that gun would just like feel like somebody hit your wrist with a sledgehammer. But we snuck them in. A friend of mine was shooting it, and I had it about the third shell in, and he shot with the, you know, had the gun down pretty low, and he shot the first shot, and the next shot, him and the gun was a little higher, maybe about chest high, and he shot that one, and then that gun had raised up to about face height. And he fired that 3-inch Magnum, and man, I know his wrist was done. He handed it over there, and he's like, "Yeah, that last one kicked a little bit." Says we didn't tell him there was going to be one in there. He didn't know it was coming. And man, when I saw he was so high up in the air with it, I thought something bad was going to happen. But yeah, you ever want to play a trick on somebody? A pistol grip and a 3-inch Magnum. A little down home entertainment.
Oh hell, just go full on
What a
3.5-inch turkey load. That'll be even worse. You ever shoot one of those 3.5-inch turkey loads?
Nah,
Ooh,
3-inch magnums is what we had. I don't even own a shotgun anymore.
3.5-inch Magnum turkey load out of a single shot shotgun. You're gonna, when you get home, you're putting ice on your shoulder. I guarantee you.
Yeah, that shotgun I had, you could like one hand it with, like bird shot or rabbit shot or whatever in it. But man, those magnum shells, they like give you nerve damage in your hand and your arm.
I got 3.5-inch. No, not 3.5-inch. 3-inch Magnum 20 gauge number 2 buckshot loaded in my Shockwave right now. They got some fun recoil on them, even with the other 20 gauge. The 3-inch Magnum, even 20 gauge, that thing is wicked. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of it either.
Keep a cocktail in mind. Hopefully, it's never needed or whatever, but it stages up. Well, my shotgun, I should say, not Shockwave.
I was going to say, why are you storing a cocktail in your shotgun, man? Isn't that bad for the gun? You trying to get it drunk?
No, I think the first one's bird shot, if I remember correctly, and then it jumps to number 4, and then it ends with slugs.
First one, just a warning, slows them down a little bit. Then you can take care of business with the other two.
Maybe. I mean, people knock it, but if it's close range bird shots, it's going to be fairly effective indoors. Close range.
Yeah. There's different size bird shots too. People like say, "Oh, bird shot doesn't do anything. Look at this video." Yeah, and the guy in the video is using like number 9 bird shot. Number 9 bird shot. Yeah, that's not going to do a whole lot to anything except maybe a dove. You get some like number 2, number 3, number 4 bird shot. You're going to be feeling that if somebody shoots you with it.
We apologize, Gary, for all this bird shot talk. Some people aren't sensitive to other people.
That doesn't offend me.
I apologize for eating 8 pieces of chicken earlier.
Bunch of bird haters here. Well, at least that's better than children, Rob.
I love the birds. They taste good.
Speaking of food, we had grilled pork fajitas for dinner.
Had cheeseburger.
Popeye's chicken. Some, mac and cheese, which was not the best, but okay for ordered out, I guess. And Cajun fries. They were pretty good.
That's what I had for lunch, Rob. Chicken and macaroni and cheese.
Children.
Yeah.
There you go.
Young chicken. Did have a really good biscuit though, man. A very large, very tall and thick biscuit that they just came out of the oven. I got like the first one out of the oven.
Pretty good. Fresh biscuits are the bomb.
Buck says that he only keeps 2 shotgun shells in his because that's all Joe Biden said he would need. Except, Joe said to shoot 2 through 2 blasts through the door if you don't know who's at your front door. But then he also said to take it outside and shoot 2 blasts up in the air. So technically, wouldn't you need 4?
Well, you guys got something set up at your door, like, and a lot of people use the Ring now and this and that, but like a even motion detector, a lot of them will give you, you know, if there's 3 people, it'll give you 3 different beeps, and then alert you, and then give you the 3 different beeps again. So, you know, there's 3 people out in front of your door. Any of you guys have anything like that or do anything? So, you know, that's just out of curiosity.
Yeah, man.
We're not allowed. Yeah, we're not allowed to have any.
I got video cameras set up for out front, the driveway, and out back. And I've been using them for, about 10 years now. I get these driveway.
Anything to alert you?
Yeah, I get these driveway motion alarms from like Harbor Freight. And you got to open them up so you don't get them with the same frequencies. But they're battery powered. And you got just a little box with a siren and a red light for inside the house. And I just got them sitting there next to the TVs for the cameras. And like if the motion detector out front goes off, the thing beeps or lights up however I want it. And I know which camera to look at. You know what I mean? I've been using that system for years. This is like the second house I've used it on, man. It always makes me feel secure. And they're sensitive, but they're not super sensitive. Like you can get them set just right to where like a raccoon in the middle of the night or a cat or something won't set it off, but it'll catch a person like every time. And actually, my front one will catch street traffic, cars that go by. It'll catch them sometimes, but yeah, man, and they're only like about $10 a piece for the motion detectors. And the batteries will last a long time in them. They'll probably last a year, the outside ones. And I hide them outside and I cover up, I tape over the red light that comes on. So like nobody at night will see that there's a motion detector. It doesn't really, nobody
I've used the same ones.
Yeah, little white ones, like oval one for outside, and like a speaker of a smiley face, like red light on the inside.
Yeah, we ain't allowed to put anything like that up. We'll probably get something like that once we get the house finished with the purchase of that and stuff. But
you can do that because there's no wires in anything. It's all battery powered.
Yeah, it's wireless. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're not allowed to put any kind of like anything like that up, battery powered or not. Somebody had one of those Ring things, even though it's battery powered, they told me to take it down because the parent company that owns the property doesn't want any of that kind of stuff put up. So, I'd have
kind of place you live in.
Someplace
they want you to get robbed.
This area,
they want people hanging out in the hallways and approaching tenants. I mean, what kind of place is this? They let people pass out in the basement too?
Yeah, there ain't no basement. No, it's not a real high crime rate area. So, yeah, that they're going to be putting up their own security cameras because they're putting them up in all the places that they own. So, but we should be out of here before they put up their own cameras. But yeah, it's not a high crime rate area, so I'm not really all that worried about it. But it's not like where you're at. If I were living in a big city like that, that'd be a different situation.
Good to know how many are at the door, especially when you get like a weird, somebody like beating on the door at 2 a.m. Sometimes it's an officer trying to ask if that's your car on the wrong side of the street or something. Sometimes it's somebody trying to rob you. And rarely it's somebody in trouble. But, 33% odds aren't good. So, If you know it's multiple people, then yeah, you might want to be a little more prepared going to the door. And
Man,
I wouldn't even go to the door. I'd check through another area, you know, a camera or through a side door before you even approach the door, to be honest with you.
Well, if somebody's banging on my door at 2:00 in the morning, I'm answering the door with a gun in my hand anyway.
man, it was the night that my stepdaughter had her first grandkid, and man, didn't get home till like maybe like 3:30 in the morning or something. It was late when I got home, and I was laying down on the couch in the living room, and the alarm went off. And I hopped up and I looked right at the screen, and there was a guy walking right up the driveway, right along the side of my truck. I flew out the door, damn near broke my screen door off coming out the door, ran down the front deck porch, and it had like a 4x4 post there that had like a country home like mailbox on it. I like somehow like back palmed that and pushed it out of the way like I was a running back or something running down the field. Broke that clean off flush with the ground. Come tearing ass down the driveway. He stops in the middle of the driveway, bends down all the way down the ground, starts flapping his arms like a bird, and he starts screaming, "I'm the paper boy, I'm the paper boy, I'm the paper boy." And I was ready to kill him, man. And I got up about like he said that, and I just said something like, "What's a good goddamn thing you are," or whatever. And I swear to God, forever, man, he only put my newspaper at the end of the driveway. But man, that's a pretty risky, dangerous profession to come around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning people's driveway for the damn fucking newspaper. But yeah,
that's when they deliver them.
Man, I come flying out that door. I kid you, man. Like I said, the mailbox like really wasn't even in my way, and I just palmed it right out of the way, broke that whole 4x4.
The morning paper, the morning papers, man. That's when they would deliver them. They deliver them that early so that you have it when you get up in the morning with your coffee and shit.
That poor dude lost about 10 years of
He's
his
sneaking
life.
around here tonight.
Yeah, I'll never get to. I scared the living shit out of that dude, man. I was pissed as hell.
The kid had brown spots in his pants thanks to you, Jason.
I'll tell you what, I wasn't even sorry about it either. I was still mad pissed as I walked back to the house.
He wasn't like Joe Biden. His butt wasn't wiped. You guys saw that video clip, right? Biden walking off, I guess it was a Marine One, and some reporter asked him a question. He says, "My butt's been wiped." Like, what the fuck's that got to do with anything, Joe?
Joe Biden said my butt's been wiped?
Yeah. There's a video clip of it. He gets off Marine, I think it was Marine One, because you could still hear it in the background. And you hear the reporter ask a question, can't quite make out what the reporter says, and he says what sounds like, "My butt's been wiped."
He's got to go, man. He's got to go. They got to pull some unable to do the job, not mentally up to it or something, man. I mean, come on.
But did you see the one White House doctor put out a statement saying that Joe needs to resign?
No, but I heard he was eating boogers too or something. He ate a booger in front of somebody, something the other day or something. So, like, man, come on, man. He's got to go. I'm going to put aside all the tyrannical crap he said, all the terrible decisions he's made or anything. He's got to go on, like, the physical, mental capability side of it, man. He's just got to go.
MKJO says, and then let Kamala run things? We're screwed either way. Hey, at least with Joe, we get a comedy video every so often out of him. Because it's, saying things like his butt's been wiped. or putting out a, being up there at the podium and saying something like, "What the hell did he just say?" And then everybody sits and analyzes the video and come up with all these different funny things that he possibly said because nobody could tell what the hell he said.
Oh, I heard that when he was walking over to the girl. Yeah, that's not even a language. I don't even know what the hell he said.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard he just out of nowhere started like looking around and saying, "Mama, mama, mama," like
No, that was
like
George
as
Floyd,
if
man.
he had it. Okay. In case he had a psychotic break or some shit. I don't know. I was just told the other day about it. So.
Yeah, I haven't
George
seen that.
Floyd.
Yeah, George. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't you
I don't
remember
know.
George
That's what I
Floyd?
heard.
Mama.
Yeah. No, I heard this was Biden the other day. I guess it was in the ladies' headline somewhere. So again, just because it was doesn't mean it's true. But yeah, no shock. I mean, come on. I don't know. I think kind of knew this before, so that's what I was saying. I didn't even think it would be a thing because this is just straight ridiculous. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't understand. It's a disgrace to our country.
Yeah, well, you guys remember during the campaign, he's giving a speech somewhere, and he always had the sign language interpreter. He said something. The sign language interpreter just looks and shrugs. I don't know what he said. It's like
she drew a question mark for hands.
no, just shrugged his. It was a guy. He just looked around, like trying to see what the producer would say to, and he just shrugged his shoulders. So he's like, I don't know what he just said. He just shrugged.
Wouldn't it be
I wouldn't trust him to be a janitor at a daycare, let alone work, run a country. I mean, that's ridiculous. Even as a spokesperson, that's just
all
great, mind blowing.
All those governors and Biden, whoever, they all use those sign language interpreters. Wouldn't it be neat if one of those interpreters like screwed him, like was really telling everybody he's a liar, this dude's an idiot, don't believe a word he said.
That reminds me, remember when Obama was giving the speech somewhere in Africa and they had the guy that was doing the sign language thing and he didn't even know sign language, he was just up there faking it the whole time. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that one, but yeah.
Remember hearing about it, but there's different languages. There's different forms of sign language too. So even locally, you may know a few people that use it, and they'll have issues. Speaking with somebody that's I don't know, just learned it almost like English. How you get different grammar, and when you get to college, they're like, "What the hell?" Like everybody's doing something different here. Same type of thing with sign language.
Yeah, there's we use American Sign Language in this country, but a couple other countries have adopted it. Like England, I believe they've adopted American Sign Language now. Canada, they use it in Canada. You go to
slang
Russia,
within it too.
Yeah, you go to Russia and their sign language is completely different. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You'd think with sign language you could just have a universal sign that would mean water, no matter what language you were in. You would know, you would be told in your language what that sign was, but it would be the same sign no matter what language it was. You know what I mean? The sign for whatever water is in Russian will be the same as what water is in English, but you get
sure.
So that
but you could say the same for the speech. It's a language, so different cultures do it differently. I mean, so. Yeah, it would be helpful, but it's how it is, I guess.
You got to be able to have slang. I mean, there's a whole reason why, that's this way people from the West Coast can be talking to each other right there in front of a Yorker, and the Yorker won't understand what the hell the people from the West Coast are saying.
Well, there's lazy English too, speech in a sense. So same types of things where it can just vary a little bit, and in some cases you got to bust back out to the alphabet to figure out that word references what you're thinking it is. So, because that's the same thing too. One sign, like Rich was saying here, may mean something different. May mean 3 different things across just America. So, art could be interpreted different ways.
Well, he learned about roaches by kids playing with the hair and his leg hair in the pole in KJO. And remember, poor kids are just as smart as white kids. Joe told us all about that too.
We believe the truth, not the facts.
Joe Biden is extremely anti-Semitic. If you listen to some of his speeches that he gave on the Senate floor, where he's calling Jews every damn derogatory word that's ever been come up with for a Jew in his speech on the floor of the Senate, it's like, Jesus, Joe.
I don't know if you can see that, but that's me and my friend Jason as a kid. And I don't know if you can notice, but we're playing outside with a bunch of trash everywhere, and he's white. I'm pretty sure he's poor too. It was.
Yeah, I've been there. The neighborhood I grew up with until we got into my teens wasn't exactly a well-to-do neighborhood. I mean, we're going outside, we're playing with the cheap plastic guns we got at the mall, and hand grenades we're throwing at used batteries we found laying around outside. So it's like, or a rock or something.
Looked like a perfectly good white boy to me, Rob.
Look, somebody threw away a perfectly good white
He's crazy as hell now, but things have changed.
Yeah. What movie was that? Look, somebody threw away a perfectly good white boy.
Oh, it was that one movie. The dude was in the dumpster.
Animal House, wasn't it? Or
No, it was the love story. The dude had the boombox radio playing the song for his girl. Oh, shit.
Wedding Singer?
No, it was an old one from the 80s.
Yeah, Wedding Singer's from the 80s, isn't it?
No, that was about the 80s, but that was like
it'll come
90s,
to
early
me in a minute.
2000.
I forget the name of it. Had that John Cusack in it, right?
Yeah, I know what movie you're talking about now. I can't think of the name of it either, because he holds the radio up at the end. And
Yeah. To play the song that him and the girl liked or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was a perfectly good white boy, but it was a perfectly bad movie.
MKJO said it would say anything.
Yep, there you go.
I think the funniest part in the Wedding Singer was on the airplane with Billy Idol when they were arguing on the plane, and he gets up and starts being like the voice of common sense.
You can't talk to Billy Idol that way, man. Nobody talks to Billy Idol like that.
Other than that scene, I didn't think that movie was that great, to be honest. Yeah, the best part is they must have had a really good makeup artist for that movie, because Billy Idol in that movie looked exactly like he did in the 80s.
Did you see who was it that was all over him at that video show? Oh, Miley Cyrus. Did you see her like humping all over like 80-year-old Billy Idol?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, well, I just gave you a description so you can like skip.
I can visualize it.
Hollywood, man. What do you expect?
Or was it it was an award show or this halftime of the Super Bowl or something? I forget,
I
but
don't know.
well, you can just imagine an 80-year-old Billy Idol and Miley Cyrus.
Billy
Not-
Idol's only 65.
Well,
It's not quite
compared
80.
to Miley Cyrus, he's pretty old dude.
All you got to do is think back to Hugh Hefner.
But Hugh had class. Hugh was the man.
He wears pajamas everywhere, man.
You guys hear Snob took over his role?
Uh-huh.
The
serious.
mansion's now in Oklahoma.
Well,
Does Stacey
that
know?
obviously that ran down and closed down and whatnot, but I can't say if she knows or whatever, but yeah, I've got photo evidence. I can send you a photo if you want.
Snob does have a lot of camera equipment.
I'm pretty sure Rich White would like to see the photo.
Uh-huh. You know, there's a good chance of I may already have seen the photo.
Gary, you've been to Snob's house. Has he got a bunch of women just like laying by the pool and stuff?
I've never actually been to his house. I mean, I've been, within a few miles of it. I've been to his hometown, but I've never actually been to his house.
Explains a lot. You wouldn't want to bring random dudes over to your house if you got a bunch of women.
What's his magazine called? The Snob Boy?
Well, it's that one from Married with Children. What was that? Jugs?
Biggins.
Biggins, yeah.
It's the Snob Mate of the Month.
All right, sent you a couple photos. You see how quick that was? Ain't like I just made these up.
Yep, I've seen that one. Yeah. Share this again.
What's your man? Snob don't get in these things because he's working it, man.
Yeah, I think we saw this one before, right, Gary? Didn't we just see this on your show?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Whatever was it? Wasn't this week, was it?
No, I don't think it was this week.
No.
Look, he's doing well for himself.
Yeah.
He's like the king of queens right there.
He stepped up and put a suit on. I'm sure just for the photo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, too bad he's in blocking the view though. Who's that picture of really, Trump?
I don't know. It's not Hunter Biden.
I guess it would be Hugh Hefner, but I don't know. Looks too fat to be Hefner.
Yeah, he's not in his pajamas either.
Okay, I'll take the red bunny. You guys can have the rest.
The one in black isn't bad.
There's two of them in black.
Okay, then I'll take both of them in black.
Back in black. What? Nobody wants the blue bunny? Oh, you're breaking her heart.
Rob's over there going, I wish I could say it out loud. I wish I could say it out loud, but I'll get in trouble.
Rob wants all the
funny.
buddies. He don't care. He's colorblind anyway.
MKJO says he'll take blue for the team. Yeah, he'd eat her just like a bowl of Blue Bunny ice cream.
Orange one's out
Should
there.
have another one too, Rich.
Oh, do I?
And this one was pretty shocking. A little upset, but yeah. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god.
Guy was calling me out a while ago, so I did a little search, and what do I find?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't know. Was you at Waco?
And
He
you wonder
says
why
he's
you're on
more
a list.
QA than me.
And you wonder why you're on a list.
Mm-hmm. Now we know who's compiling the list of everybody.
What do you got in your hands there? Is that like a holster for a Glock or something?
It's an Uncle Mike's.
Seen it here, folks.
Yeah.
Seen it here.
Used to work with Chipman.
It's out there, so it's got to be true.
You know the only reason why
I ain't even
Rob sent
denying
that. You know the only reason why Rob sent that in is because he's just jealous of those guns. I mean, I do got some pretty good, sexy arms.
I didn't know you retired from the force, man.
Who said I retired?
Whoever made your uniform spelled AFT wrong.
Yeah, they got fired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Obnoxious said, going back to the one with the bunnies, Obnoxious said that the one on the left looks exactly like he'd imagine a woman would look at Snob. Yeah, that would be the one in red that Jason went and claimed before anybody else could.
I didn't know Snob was getting into pimping, man. I wish him all the success.
Pimping in Oklahoma ain't easy.
It's legal in Oregon.
He's probably making his rounds right now.
Mm-hmm.
Collecting that money.
Where my money, bitch? Can anybody translate that to Oklahoma?
I think they universally just call them hoes everywhere.
Sorry, I'm not good with Okie. I just know when they're cursing at me.
You're really in trouble if you see them flying biplanes. That's when you really got to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy son of a bitch is throwing dynamite at us from a plane.
I watched a crop duster today that ran out of fertilizer or whatever it is he's spraying. I could see him up the road and saw him swerving down and diving down and coming back up and making all these turns and stuff. And I got up next to him for a little ways down the road, and I was sitting there watching. He'd come down real low and just pull up, and there wasn't nothing ever coming out of the wings of the plane. He wasn't spraying anything.
No,
He
he's
like
just
went
chasing.
empty
He was
or
just chasing
practicing
Cary
or
Grant
something.
down the road.
I don't know, but I was like, man, why would you practice when you could just like get the job done by spraying it? I don't know if he like ran out or
Some of them
equipment
crop
locked up
dusters
or
smoke
what.
crack too.
So you're saying that would be the perfect job for Hunter Biden?
No, who knows? Maybe he didn't realize or was messing with it. Could be a stuck valve or something, trying to get it to work.
Yeah, I was sitting there
I think
watching.
that'd be a cool job, honestly. Just fly around spraying shit. I mean, as long as it wasn't, something toxic that's going to kill you or something like that. But other than that, that's pretty cool. And you're always flying over flat land, so anything happens, you'll probably walk away from the landing. Put it that way. The plane might not be okay. You might nose it in or something. But all in all, it's almost like flying those damn flyers or banners down the beach. Like, from what I hear, they make fairly good money doing that stuff. And you're just flying up and down the beach all day. That's got to be, could be doing a lot worse.
Yeah, this crop duster boy, like, man, those are good pilots. They sweep in and down and around. There's houses, power lines, and stuff everywhere, and them planes are gotta be like agile as hell. I mean, he'll just swoop up and barely go up in the air and get a complete turn in it and come swoop right back down. I mean, like, yeah, damn. I mean, they know what they're doing. But I've seen them all the time. I mean, you guys have seen them. The wings kind of have like tubes going to them, and it's full of liquid, and they spray out a cloud. You know what I mean? I watched this guy for a few minutes, and like he swooped down every time, not 10, 15 feet above the crops, and nothing ever came out of the plane. Nothing.
At least not that you could see.
You could see. I was like, it wasn't like he was far away. Like I'm driving like down a road that like both sides of the field he's hitting. It's like he wasn't even. He's barely even 100 yards away from me in a great big airplane. Nothing was coming out. Yeah.
Well, the ones around here, they spray for the gypsy moths and stuff, and you can't see the fluid that's coming out of it because it's like it's really clear stuff. And it's not like the cloudy stuff they use for spraying. They or used to use for spraying corn. You can't see it when they're dropping it.
Do you still have gypsy moths?
Yeah, we get gypsy moths down here.
Yeah, that's because they're filling it with freaking water and putting the profit in their pocket, bastards, politicians.
Now, Obnoxious says that Gary has done his share of crop dusting. Is this true?
We can talk about
neither confirm nor deny this.
So it's one of those sworn to secrecy things, okay?
Probably, yeah. I'm not going to lie to people. But I'm not the worst offender by any means. I think we all know who the worst offender is.
Got to be the rich guy.
Rich Oklahoma guy.
Yeah. Hey, Rich, are you related any way to them crazy white family that's there in West Virginia? The ones they make the movies about?
Nope.
Which ones?
Oh, them crazy people, man. The
Hills Have Eyes?
No, the Incredible Whites or the Fabulous Whites or whatever. It's a family. These backwoods people, man, but they're all like on pills and heroin and doing crazy shit,
No.
shooting each
There's
other
riches
over,
and inbred.
Yeah. No.
shooting like nephews or shooting uncles over $25 they owed him on a car title and all kinds of stuff, man. I've seen a couple movies on them, and like, if you ever think your life is bad or sucks, if you would watch and see those people's lives, you would be very, very thankful for what you have.
No.
Sounds like a reality show.
Yeah, my family's all from the Pittsburgh area, and before that, they were from England. So yeah, no, we're not. We don't have any relations that I know of anywhere else in the country other than like the Pittsburgh area.
Doesn't a lot of that have like dried up mines, and they have huge meth issues out in the mountains in West Virginia? Like, a lot of towns don't even have anywhere to work anymore, and there's a lot of drug issues.
That's the way it is in Southern Ohio. It's like that a lot. Pills is the problem there, and no jobs.
That's gotta suck. Especially to, come up in a town where you have like two choices to work, like the Walmart or the diner or something. Like, that's gotta be shitty.
Yeah, I got a lot of family down that we call down south when you're in the southern part of the state, and yeah, economics and times are tough down there. Always has been, but a lot of the people down there is really, really good people, and they do anything for you, and always do. But just like anywhere else, man, the youth are all the trouble, you know.
Nobody disciplined them.
Yeah, they'll step away for a second. Cat was doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. So, were you still talking about that goofy family you were talking about?
Yeah, Rob was wanting to know if West Virginia is like what they show on TV, the pill heads, meth heads, no jobs, poor
Yeah.
communities.
Certain parts of the state, yeah. Not here, not this part of the state, but you go over in the western part and you head down south, almost towards the Kentucky border and stuff. Yeah. The area Yankees from outside of that area, you'll get that too. Over this way, you have to go over like the Martinsburg area, and Martinsburg area, that's like suburban DC almost. So you'll get that kind of shit there too. But here, this part of the state, no. You'll get like weed heads here, but you don't get like the heavy meth users and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was explaining we got several counties here that like there's no jobs, and there's no job in the county next to you or the county next to that. There's just they shut down the coal mines and stuff, and that was pretty much the only thing they had down there. There's just like no jobs. They're not very big towns or cities, and there's really no future.
I've seen that here in New York, in smaller towns where everybody drives an hour to go to work, unless you own something in the smaller town. Other than that, family works for them. So, it's definitely rough for the people I know that live in this town. Obviously, everything's basically a commute in a sense. So, kind of got to be a pain. I guess pros and cons of different areas. So it is pretty crappy though, when there isn't really anything there locally for people.
The one thing though, if you had a little bit of money, you wouldn't have to be like in my little. I live in a smaller town. It's not all that super small, but like well-to-do or middle income here would be like a millionaire down there. So like if you had like just retirement money, you could move down to those counties and buy land dirt cheap, and you could live good, if you were retired or something. But living there and trying to raise a family and you know go through life starting out young, there's just no opportunity there.
You go over into the western part of the state, and you know, people would quit high school and they would go to work in the coal mines and stuff, and they'd make a decent living. But you can't do that anymore because they closed down a lot of the coal mines, especially under the Obama administration. Really hurt the state and the economy here. Moo's out there now.
Damn Utes, the two Utes.
Mm-hmm. What's a Ute?
The two Utes.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Youths. Oh, that's a great movie.
Judge, could you ask her what the timing's supposed to be on a 327 Chevy and a 1957 Chevy Bel Air?
Nobody can answer that question.
It's a trick question.
And then she goes on and lists off, says what about it not having that or had a 283. She starts listening off the timing on the 283 with fuel injection, and the guy's like, she passes.
What was her qualification? My grandpa was mechanic. My dad was mechanic. My
Yeah, so
four
her
brothers
uncles
were
were.
mechanic.
Yeah, her uncle was a mechanic.
My four
Everybody in
brothers.
her family was a mechanic.
I knew a girl mechanic. She was pretty good. She was just starting on the lower end, working her way up. But yeah, she was good for her level at that point, and she looked good doing the job too. So it's kind of a win-win.
I know a couple girls that build their own drag race cars, and they're Mustangs. They're in the Mustang Club here, the street racers, and a couple girls that had their cars for years, man. Worked on them and advanced them, made them better, and yeah, they're just part of the crowd, man.
There's a dealership my daughter goes to, and they offered her basically to send her to school through their school program to be a mechanic, basically. So just because she shops there for her bike or whatever. So so I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna do it or whatever, but it was kind of neat.
There's a girl in the club that's got like a 82, 84, 85 Mustang right along there. Looks like it just rolled off the factory line, and it's painted blue. It's all original factory, got all the molding on it, original factory wheels and everything on it, man. It looks like a bone stock car that at the time should have ran like 14 seconds if it was lucky, 15-second quarter mile. She's using the original wheels and everything on it, and you can't even hear that car run hardly. It's mufflers, and she runs the street classes, and that car runs low 10-second quarter miles all the time. Like every run. And on the outside, it looks like it's nothing. You'll notice the roll bars in it, and that's about it. But that car is quiet, drives on the street like it's nothing. And yeah, I think she might even ran as low as like 10.1s in that car. And that is screaming fast, man. Street tires,
Damn sleeper.
mufflers, and like flat hood and everything on it, man. And that car screams. She's had that same car for 10 years, 15 years.
Yep, we lost Gary. Them's hominy grits, Lou says. What's a grit?
It's kind of like cream of wheat.
Why would you go past cream of wheat? Cream of wheat's good.
Yeah, I like cream of wheat. With
Grits
sugar.
is corn, so it's like
Well, kind of.
It's like mushy cornbread, pudding soup.
yeah, it's like I think it's like hominy is actually what it's out of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hominy. Hominy's like, it's related to corn. It's like giant corn. I don't know if you've ever seen hominy. It's like a big white ball.
So ready in 5 minutes.
Hominy sucks. That's what they give you in jail here.
They got white or yellow hominy, and it's a lot in Spanish culture. There's a lot of it in the foods.
Yeah, I'll stick with the cream of wheat. A little bit of sugar, tiny bit of milk, throw some cinnamon in there. Mm.
Yeah, I don't mind cream of wheat every so often, but grits I've never liked them.
I'm the apples and cinnamon instant oatmeal kind of guy myself.
Yeah, those are good. But man, those packages are never enough. You can go through like
That goes like 3.
That'll meet half the box.
yeah, exactly. Like you'll get like 2 servings out of a box or 3. So I mean, you can dump that. Like you can put applesauce and cream of wheat too, and it's similar. So, and then you put the cinnamon in, which is actually good for you as well. So that's a win-win in a sense. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I do the apples and cinnamon oatmeal, man, about every winter. I do it all year long. Like the main brand, like Quaker Oats with the Quaker Oats guy. I don't like that brand, man. Just the store Kroger brand just turns out to be like a lighter, a fluffier oatmeal. It just seems better. And the Quaker brand just always seems like the flakes never hydrated back. You know what I mean? They just seem tough and still dry. So I don't prefer the name.
You ever eat it dry right out of the package? Just rip a little hole in the bag, shake it up, and eat it on the fly.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
It's not bad.
I've done it.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Man, that's like farm food. That's like chicken food or something, man.
No, that's horse food.
It's like,
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like
rainbow shower,
animal
but it's
feed.
food.
It's like animal feed, man.
No, it's good, man. Your mouth gets moist, like it salivates, and then like peaches and cream or whatever, and you get the flavor out of it. It's good.
I'll
Just
try
when
that.
you get down to a little bit of powder at the end, that shit's potent. So be ready.
The The trick with the Quaker, Jason, don't use water, use milk.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Quaker just I don't know, man. I've just always disappointed. And I know the difference. You know what I mean? I know the difference between Quaker and cheap. I just prefer the cheaper brand for some reason.
Yeah. Whenever we get the Quaker, I'll use milk with it, and it turns out pretty good. Especially if it's like the peaches and cream, strawberry and cream, bananas and cream, blueberries and cream, one of those ones. You make that with milk. Oh, that turns out really good. Brown sugar and cinnamon one does too. It's like my go-to with the instant oatmeal or a cream of wheat's the brown sugar and cinnamon one.
Yeah, I've been known to get the brown sugar and cinnamon one and maybe mix one package apple, one package that. How I do it, man, is I throw me a cup of water in the microwave and get it to boiling, and I've done poured a couple packets in a bowl. And then I take my microwave water out, whip up my instant oatmeal.
Shit, I just hit the tap, man. Hit the tap. Yeah, cold or hot. I'm the man.
That is instant oatmeal then.
Ready to roll.
Don't that make your electric bill go up?
Not much. It's pretty cheap. And it's like energy efficient, blah blah blah.
Is it
Crap,
hot,
anyway.
is it hot enough to make coffee?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you'll burn the shit out of yourself with it. Instant coffee. Let's see, oatmeal like that. Those packages, hot chocolate, tea. Yeah, you can do a lot of different things with it. It's
the one.
It's not boiling, but it'll burn the shit out of you.
Yeah, the one doctor's office I go to, they have one of those set up, and they'll have like tea bags and instant coffee and like Sanka and shit like that for the patients to get.
Did you say you get tea bagged as a doctor?
No, tea bags, man. Tea bag, Lipton's tea bag.
Yeah, it's nice sometimes.
Sanka. But yeah, Sanka's still a thing. I couldn't believe it, man. They had little packets of Sanka. Yeah.
They still have Sanka, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Damn, I had that since I was a child.
Yeah, that was my reaction. I was like, holy shit, they got Sanka. My grandmother used to get that shit.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking of Grandma and Grandpa. That's Sanka.
Yeah, some of that Folgers cappuccino mocha chocolate instant. That's not bad. Once in a while,
those are
just
good,
use that to make it.
Yeah. Used to get the French vanilla one all the time. The instant cappuccino one.
I do a half a pot of Maxwell House coffee every morning.
Those soups in a cup. Yeah, or you can do those soups in a cup with that water cooler too.
Oh yeah, the water's definitely going to be plenty hot to do that. Put the water in there. Let it sit for like 2 minutes, and you're ready to go.
Hey man, have you guys come across these things called Uncrustables?
Oh yeah, I got them in the freezer in the kitchen.
Oh man, the great peanut butter and jelly ones.
Got the strawberry.
Man, I've been tearing them up for a while, man.
Yeah, the strawberry one's good too. That's what we got. Some of them out in the freezer right now. The strawberry ones.
Yeah, I'm starting to like.
Talking about those pre-made patty peanut butter and jelly things.
Yeah, you get them in the freezer section.
Yeah, they're frozen. They, I don't know, they're like bread without the crust, and it's like pinched together like a pie.
You don't like crust?
Yeah, I do, but these things are for like people that don't like crust. It's called like Uncrustable, but It's like individual sized little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, man. They're great for my lunch bucket.
Oh yeah, you throw a couple. If you're going like a hike or something, throw a couple of them in your backpack.
And it's good too. It's not like
Oh yeah,
it's like the jelly's good and everything. I mean, it's good. You'll eat one,
Should
you'll be
do a
like,
poll,
man,
Rich.
do I got another one of those?
do a pull. What are Crunchables good?
Extra crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Well, those only come with creamy in them.
No, he's wanting to do a poll.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
Creamy.
That's a trick question, man. They're both good.
Yep. But what's the third option? I mean, extra creamy, because they do have that too.
Jiffy.
Oh no, I got the one my wife likes.
Don't tell me you're going to put Nutella.
No, it's a peanut butter. Put in the peanut butter.
How did I know that Rob was going to have the nut butter?
I can't
That's a
believe it.
hazelnut spread with cocoa. Okay.
I can't believe it's
There we
not
go.
nut butter.
There's the poll. He wanted a poll. There's the poll. So
All right. See how this goes.
let's get the voting, folks.
Give you a little.
So what's the poll? Because I don't see it.
Creamy, crunchy, or honey peanut butter. My wife loves that honey peanut butter that Chiff has.
Honey peanut butter.
Yeah, it's got honey in it.
So I used to, as a kid, I would take regular peanut butter and I would add some butter and a little bit of honey and mix it up. And that's how I would make my peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh yeah, peanut butter and honey sandwiches are good.
Wouldn't they call that bee butter?
Never heard of that.
Peanut butter and honey? Peanut butter and honey is
Yeah.
good.
Never even known that's a thing.
Oh yeah, we used to do that when I was a kid. We'd do toast and we'd put honey on one side and peanut butter on the other, like you would peanut butter and jelly.
And this isn't one of them weird Virginia things, or
No, that would be a Pittsburgh thing because I'm not from West Virginia originally.
And the thing is I'm originally from Washington. So we were doing it out there.
yeah,
It's
but
really
you
good
eat
for you.
tongue.
It's really good for you too. Yeah, because honey is really good for you. And peanut butter's a lot
Yeah,
of
honey
protein.
is good. Local honey's better for you,
Mhm.
especially
my
if you're
mother bought.
somebody that has allergies and stuff.
My mother only bought the fresh stuff that this one farmer sold. He had a stand that he would set up at the farmer's market, and that's where she always went and got honey from.
Oh yeah, man. We got
We-
raw local honey here all over the place. Oh gosh, I know handfuls of places to go buy it from.
We used to live
He would
next to
sell.
we
he
used
would
to
sell
live
the
next to some
honeycomb.
orchard.
Good. Okay, I guess he's not going. No, the farmer that sold the honey also would sell like the honeycomb, and my mother would buy that too. She would actually sit and eat the honeycomb from it. I never tried it, but she said it was good.
Probably is.
We used to live right next to a couple orchards. And so we would be able to like get the honey from the actual bee hives that they'd have out there. Those the buckets or whatever you want to call them, the boxes that they would do, and then you could just go and get honey.
Yeah, the one state park we go to, there's Asian couple that always has a little stand set up along the side of the road where they sell the honey that they get from their hives, and they do some really good honey with different varieties too, because they have like clover, and then they have some other ones from some of the different plants, the pollen that they use for it. It's really good stuff. Usually the stuff you get like in a supermarket, that's going to be your clover honey, but there's other types that bees will make honey from, different pollens. Wow. 5 votes on 100% say creamy.
Damn.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. It's easier to spread, but man, crunchy's good.
Oh yeah, I prefer crunchy. Nobody's voted for the honey one either. Guess they haven't tried it. Like my wife swears by that honey one. I haven't tried it either, but I've had honey with peanut butter before, so I would guess it'll be good. I mean, it is Jif. Jif is like the best peanut butter if you're going to get peanut butter at a grocery store. That's just my opinion, obviously.
No, Peter Pan.
Oh man, I can't stand Peter Pan.
No, you're all
You
wrong.
gotten a natural?
Hmm?
The natural that they offer?
Yeah, the
You
Jif
gotta stir it
Natural.
up pretty good, yeah. But I think that's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, that's the honey one. The Jif Naturals. That's the one that does the honey.
Have you done the Reese's peanut butter?
They don't sell it around here. They used to, but you don't see that in the shelves around here anymore. Which is crazy because Hershey's like only a couple hours away from here. They don't have the Reese's peanut butter on the shelves here.
It's not even real peanut butter. Reese's are good, but when you look at that, like, you know, it's all cubes. Like something's different with that peanut butter. Put it that way. It's not normal.
Now we're up to 6 votes, and it's still 100% for creamy. That's as bad as the damn bracket a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, you're wrong, but it's okay.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to drop out of here for the night. Good show, Rich. Thanks for the invite. It was good to see everybody.
Thanks
Have a
for
good night,
coming.
Jay.
Yeah, y'all take care and have a good start to the week.
Take care, man.
Yep. Catch you later, Jason. I'm guessing Midnight's not doing his show because he hasn't sent out links yet.
He posted over on IG earlier that he wasn't doing this show because he's doing a family thing.
Yeah, I told you I haven't been getting any notifications from anybody on Instagram, so it's like I haven't checked it. It's like,
I don't think he tagged anyone. He just posted a frog sandwich and said, "Here's your effing frog sandwich. That's all you're getting."
well, I usually get notifications that somebody posted something, whether even if I'm not tagged on my phone, and I haven't gotten anything about anything from Instagram in like a week now.
That's because they don't like you.
That must be.
Because I completely tagged you in that van picture.
I got absolutely no notification that you tagged me in that. None. Not in my email, and didn't get anything on my phone either. It's like, did you tag me in it? And I look, it's like, sure enough, on Instagram it said you tagged me in it.
Yep. I almost tagged Arnell Blaze in it, but I decided I wasn't going to.
Thanks.
Yeah, this poll's been going for 8 minutes, and we got 6 votes all saying creamy peanut butter.
Bunch of weirdos. So jam or
Alright.
jelly?
Guess I have to wait for this last one to post before let me do another one. We're gonna do one that goes back to something that was brought up on a Ghost Tactical show. All right. Wait for it to post up. But yeah, this
I'm
ought to
betting
be
they say
interesting.
jelly anyway.
Yeah.
They don't like chunky stuff, apparently.
Now, the question is tomato paste a jam or jelly? This was an actual question that was asked on Ghost Tactical show last Tuesday. So, like, fuck it, we'll put it in a poll and we'll see what people say. 100% so far, with 1 vote says a jam. Now, I actually have seen tomato jelly. I've never tried it, but forget what store we were in. It was when we went to Disney World. We went to this one store down there, and they had tomato jam and tomato jelly. It must be a Southern thing. I had never heard of it before. But, we went and we're picking up some groceries because the hotel we were at wasn't really a hotel. It's like a little village of like bungalows, either, kind of things, like little houses. So we had like a full kitchen in there. So instead of like ordering out food and stuff, we just went and bought food and cooked up a couple of nights and got like takeout from a couple of nights, but cooked couple other nights. People don't realize this. You go to Disney World, I don't know if it's still that way, but the damn park closed at 7. It's like, Jesus Christ. And this was back in the 80s when like amusement parks didn't close till midnight, and freaking Disney World closed at 7. 7. Epcot was open longer than what Magic Kingdom was. I think Epcot didn't close until 9 because they had that electric parade or whatever it was every night at Epcot. But the main park that everybody really always wants to go to, the Magic Kingdom, that place closed at 7 o'clock. It was open from 12 to 7. That's it. It was like, holy shit, when I saw the hours on that. Couldn't believe that's all the longer that was open for. Either you guys ever been to Disney World?
I've been down
Nope.
there, but I think at Wisdom Grand, I think. But I hung out there basically. I didn't go to Disney World. They closed down at 10 or something like that. 10, 11.
I thought that was absolutely crazy that they closed that at 7 o'clock, especially when they're like supposed to do fireworks and shit on it. It's like, how are you doing fireworks if you close at 7 o'clock at night? It's still freaking daylight. What the hell kind of nonsense is this? I think it was 89, I think, is when we went.
I think they do it later now because they advertised the Disney fireworks thing.
Yeah, well, they
at
did back
that
then.
place, and it was night though at that point. So, you know,
I can
you'd
see
be
it.
out the side in the pool or hot tub or lazy river and watch the fireworks at night.
Well, if you go later in the year, because we went, it was like September. In September, it was still light out at 7 o'clock, and they're starting to set off fireworks. Just like, what the hell kind of shit is it? Who sets off fireworks when it's still daylight out? You know, you go like October, November when it's still warm, and before it starts cooling off. Yeah, they can set fireworks off at 7 then because it's going to be darker. But Jesus Christ, in early September, it's still daylight out at 7 o'clock on the East Coast. So it's like, what in the hell kind of shit is this? What the hell are you setting off fireworks this damn early for? Like I said, that's why Epcot was open later, because they did that electric parade where they had like all the floats and stuff had the light bulbs on it. So they wanted it to work. That made sense. So why didn't they have the Magic Kingdom open till like 9? That would have made more sense for the fireworks display. I never got that, why Epcot, which was the educational part, was open later than the fun part.
The smart kids aren't a pain in the ass.
Oh, is that what it is?
Probably. They're done with the whining brats at 7.
So far, we've gotten 4 votes, and 75% say tomato paste is a jam, compared to 25 that says it's a jelly. So one person doesn't know the difference between jelly and jam, apparently. I would say it's a jam. It's more of a jam than a jelly. It's not really jellied. You know what I mean?
I'd say I don't want it either way.
No, I'm not saying you're not supposed to eat it that way. I have seen people do it, though. I've seen people put tomato paste on bread. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's good. It's like, yeah, okay.
Might be good as some type of polish, like one of them life hack things to clean something. But besides that, that's ridiculous. Yeah, it's like a ketchup sandwich or something.
That's
way.
Not quite the same.
No way I'd take that over Smuckers. You gotta be crazy.
Well, like I said, you go down south, they got tomato jellies and jams. I've never seen that up here in the northern part of the country. But like I said, when we were at Disney World, we went to the supermarket and they had tomato jelly and tomato jam.
Yeah, nope. They can stay in the garbage.
Seen peach jam, I think, driving through Georgia.
Oh yeah, you get that here.
They had like peach everything. Like,
oh yeah, I'm sure.
You name it, they had it.
Georgia is the peach state, so. Five votes, 60% say it's a jam, 40% now saying it's a jelly.
It's probably going to end in a 50-50 tie.
I'm about to end the poll because it's been going for 7 minutes. So yeah, we're going to end this one. And it'll be a 60-40. DJ Play Nice says hashtag neither. Yeah, what about sugar in the spaghetti sauce? Do you put sugar in your spaghetti sauce? Either one of you?
No.
Nope.
So that what, like cuts down the acidity or something like that.
Mhm.
People
Yeah,
heartburn or whatever.
you put a little
Heard
bit of
people-
sugar in it, and it helps cut down the acid. Yeah.
I've heard of people also putting like I don't know. I don't know how much, but it wasn't much. A little bit of vinegar in orange juice for the same reason. And,
How does that work when vinegar's an acid?
I don't know. I don't know if maybe it's not vinegar. I don't know, but it counteracts it or something like that from what they say. So I don't know. I drank the stuff. I didn't notice much of a difference. So it didn't really change the taste.
Yeah, you would have to do that. You have to put something that's basic, not acidic. Basic counters an acid, not an acid. So I don't see how putting vinegar in it's going to help any. Okay.
No idea, man. No idea.
It was apple cider vinegar.
It's still vinegar, man.
I know, but some people wouldn't understand that.
But it's apple juice. No, it's apple cider. It's different. I had somebody tell me once that V8's not as acidic as what tomato juice is. I'm like, you do realize V8's main ingredient is tomato juice? You're like, no, it's not. It's like, have you ever read a V8 label? I think people just get ideas in their head. And
you guys like V8?
And not the original, but those V8, the fruit juice ones aren't bad, actually.
The Splash.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I like the original. The Splash ones I'm not too much of a fan of.
I'll drink the Splash occasionally, like the strawberry banana one. It's not too bad. I've never liked the original V8. My wife will take the original V8, and when she makes up stew, she uses that as the base for the gravy for the stew. I'm not a stew eater, though. I don't like stew. Of course, I'm not a real big vegetable person, so that could be why.
I don't know how you're alive, man. Look, somebody should have spanked your ass and made you eat your veggies.
Oh, when I was a kid, my mother made me eat the vegetables. I didn't do it willingly. The green beans and shit like that. Ugh. Like corn and lima beans, so I would eat that. But put like Brussels sprouts or green beans or cabbage or anything like that, get that shit away from me. Ugh. No.
See, and this is why you're not like Snob. If you ate your vegetables, you'd be hanging out at that mansion with him.
Uh-huh.
And didn't she ever watch Popeye?
Yeah, but he didn't like spinach either. The only reason why he ate the spinach is because it made him stronger. You remember, I don't know if you ever saw the one where he was a little kid and his dad
gotta
made him
eat
the
it,
spinach.
man.
Yeah, and he was always complaining about the spinach, and his dad used to always force feed it to him. I don't like cooked spinach, but like the fresh stuff, if you put it in like a salad with your lettuce, that's not bad. But it's like carrots. I don't like carrots cooked, but I'll eat them raw. Like slice them up or shred them into a salad. Yeah, when I was a kid, I would just do like Bugs Bunny and grab a whole carrot out of the fridge and eat it.
Yeah, I like carrots like that. Raw carrots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Peanut
don't like
butter's
them
good. Like celery and peanut butter.
it's
Ants
just,
on a log.
There's
Good
just
stuff.
certain things that I don't like cooked, you know, and carrots are one of them. They get mushy and then they get that like sweet flavor to them. Like, ugh, get that away from me. Just give me a nice raw carrot and I'll eat that. When I was a kid, that's what my mother would do because she knew that there wasn't nothing she was going to do. It was going to make me eat the cooked carrots. So I would we'd be sitting there having steak, potatoes, and they'd have the cooked carrots, and I'd be sitting there with the raw carrot on the plate, just eating the raw carrot with the steak and potatoes. I absolutely cannot stand cooked carrots.
You ever try to like bite it so you can leave the inner core?
Nope, never done that.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, I just take it, snap off a piece, and chew it up. That's it.
Guess G23 is allergic to carrots.
Get the little baby carrots and throw them in a salad whole and just eat them that way. Some baby carrots, lettuce, some spinach, leaves, and tomato, cheese, maybe a hard-boiled egg, with some ranch dressing, maybe throw a little grilled chicken or popcorn chicken in there with it.
Yeah, no, I'm not a carrot fan at all.
Oh man.
Criminal, man.
They're good for your eyes. Lisa said they are. Can't prove it by me.
Carrot cake.
Oh, carrot cake's awesome. That's like the only way I'll eat cooked carrots is carrot cake.
You like
Most
carrot
of the
cake,
time-
G23?
Most of the time, they put too much frosting on carrot cake and like ruins any possibility that it could be good because it's over sugared.
Scrape the icing off, man. Jeez.
My lady made it like from scratch for the first time ever, and that was the best freaking carrot cake I've ever eaten. Like she said the
Now-
same thing. Oh my goodness.
Carrot cake with or without raisins in it?
I only had raisins.
Have you tried it with
I don't know.
walnuts?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good with walnuts in it.
yeah. I think it might have had walnuts. I'm not sure. So I don't know where she got the recipe or whatever, but hopefully she logged it somewhere. Because like I said, that was the best carrot cake of my life. Maybe just because it's fresh or right out the garden. I got no idea, but damn. I wish you didn't even remind me of it, damn it.
Yeah, when my wife gets in the mood to cook it, she'll do the carrot cake and then she'll make the cream cheese icing from scratch for her on it. Oh, that is so good. Cream cheese icing's good anyway. Good homemade cream cheese icing. You put that on just about any kind of cake.
Yeah, I just had that cream cheese frosting too.
Yeah, it's
That's
like the
good stuff.
yeah, that's like the traditional stuff you put on carrot cakes, the cream cheese icing, or any kind of spice cake that's a spice cake. So. It's good on gingerbread cake too. Put the cream cheese icing on the gingerbread cake. And yes, gingerbread cake is a thing. A lot of people are like, "What?" It's like, yeah, you can take gingerbread and you can bake it like a cake. It's really good that way. I prefer it that way to cookies, actually. I don't know if you've had it done as a cake before, but I think gingerbread comes out better as a cake than cookies.
It's good.
Put the cream cheese icing on there and then drizzle some chocolate sauce on there. Oh, that is really good on the cheesecake. I mean, cheesecake. Cheesecake's good too, but on the gingerbread cake. It's like one of our go-to Christmas desserts is the gingerbread cake with the cream cheese icing and drizzled chocolate on top of the cream cheese icing.
Well, I'm gonna be able to go. I gotta be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So have a good evening.
Yep. Have a good night,
Take it
man.
easy.
Wow.
Yeah, those red flags start early.
Yeah. He's got to respond to all and post all those comments, man. Damn, it's a slow night tonight. We got 5 people out there right now.
Yeah.
Midnight not doing his show. You think some more people would have jumped in here? You know, like Moo's got a link. Moo never jumped in.
Yeah, it's end of the weekend. So I'm shocked many people get on any of this. It's, Sunday. Most people will be passing out. So, especially like G23 there, if you got to be up at 3 in the morning. Shit.
Well, he's on the West Coast, man. It's only 8 o'clock for him.
Man. Yeah, it's after 11 for me.
Yeah, same here.
The alarm goes off either way.
Yeah, for him, this is an evening show, He's just now getting to primetime TV times. So,
Yeah.
8 to 3, that gives him 8 hours. 7, 8 hours, something like that, anyway. Yeah, 7. He's got 7 hours to get sleep.
Yeah, it should work.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. If you don't have anything to talk about, I guess we can start wrapping this up because I'm like running out of ideas. I don't know what the hell to talk about now.
Yeah, I don't have much. And technically, I got to work in the morning too, but so it doesn't matter. It's up to you, man.
Yeah. I guess we can start wrapping this up. You got anything you want to plug, like a display or anything?
Gizzard Gary. If anybody out there hasn't seen, he did a video review on it, so maybe go check that out. And if you're interested, get a pretty good idea there. Other than that, that's basically it. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, real quick, I'm going to throw the link out there so that you can find folks. If you haven't done so already, go get yourself one of them displays. They're really nice. And one of these days, I'll find where it was packed up, probably after we move, and get a video of my own made up about the darn thing, like I was supposed to do how long, but go, but then we were supposed to move to a house, and it's boxed up.
Sure, you sold that shit for gas money.
No, it's boxed up.
Try for ammo.
It's not. It got boxed up when we were packing, when we thought we had a house, and then all the bullshit happened. So it's still packed up in a box somewhere.
We'll see. One of these days, I'm gonna need proof of life.
Well, hopefully, we gotta send a letter to the board of directors for this damn credit union now, because they did, when they came back with the appraisal on the house, they appraised it for about the price where the offer we made. So under their rules, the loan officer can only approve the loan for 80% of the appraised value. So now we're 12,000 short. So we got to get approval from the board for the full amount. So, well, if you want to jump back in, Gary, we can keep it going. If you're going to jump back in, we were closing it down because we're like running out of ideas. But if you want to jump back on, we can go a little bit longer. But yeah. So we got to write a letter to the board. I already got it read up. Just got to send it to the loan officer tomorrow so she can submit it. And she said 9 out of 10 times they approve them. So see what happens with that. Hopefully they approve it. But yeah, that was like a shock when it appraised for just what our offer was, because there's not really much wrong with the house, you know. So we figured, they're gonna we'll at least get it where it's appraised 10,000 over, and we'll be in good shape. And it's like, nope, we're gonna appraise it for $1,000 more than what your offer was. It's like, son of a bitch. When she called me yesterday, Friday, the loan officer called me Friday and was like, yeah, they only appraised it for 61,000. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I know. I don't get why they appraised it that too, because when we had the home inspection done, she got a copy of the report too and everything. We're trying to figure out where this appraiser got their credentials from, because this place is worth more than 61 grand on an appraisal. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ. And the seller thought that too, and the realtor thought that, because the original price was 70 grand, and we put an offer for 60 on it, and they took the offer. And it's like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah. Hopefully it works out for you.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm tired I'm tired of this whole damn process. It's like every time we think we found something goes wrong, you know? Yeah. Welcome back, sir.
I'm back. Yeah, I had to jump off real quick so I could get my E2M video done. Because if I'm going to issue a challenge, by golly, I got to have one ready too. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, depending on how I'm feeling, I might do one of them tomorrow.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you don't watch my videos, huh?
Oh, apparently.
I've seen it posted, but I don't know what it is. I even asked in your show the other day.
Real
After you posted it.
Real simply, I did a challenge to everyone for tomorrow, which is E2M, to just post a short video. Mine took 30 seconds of themselves reciting the Second Amendment. And just post that as a short or whatever, and use the hashtag GGE2M challenge, like I posted out there in the chat.
Maybe I should use that opportunity to do the master class on the Constitution that Obnoxious thinks I should do.
I mean, you could do with it whatever you wanted to. You could spend some time and talk about it, or you could, put some music in the background, however you want to do it. I just did it fairly simply in front of an American flag, but I was going to use music, and it's like, and then somebody probably copyright strike it. So
hmm Yeah, I don't have an American flag right now that I could do that with. Well, I do, but again, like just like
you
What?
don't have an American flag.
I said that I can do
my
it in front of right
God.
now. The one I have, I was
Goodness.
say is packed up, just like my RNL display is packed up.
I've got
Used to
3
got a
within
bunch of
10 feet
stuff.
of me right as we
the one,
speak.
the one, everyone, we get most of our shit is packed up from when we were supposed to move, but then
So you
the
packed
house-
up your American pride?
we were moving, man.
Walmart sells these things too, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But I got like 2 or 3 of them, but they're all packed up somewhere. It's like, it's like the only thing that isn't packed up right now is my old D&D shit, which is still on the bookshelf over there.
Well,
You got
I
your
was,
D&D shit out, but you don't have an American
I
flag
didn't do.
at your
I
house?
didn't
Are
do
you
the
kidding me?
packing. I didn't do that. That was my wife's doing.
Wow.
Anything that was on the
Wow.
walls got packed up, man.
just
There's like
wow.
the only thing that's on the walls that she didn't pack up are 3 picture frames that are in the corner over here to the right of me. There is nothing else on the walls in the living room except for the clock. That's it. She took everything down off the walls and stuff, and it all got packed up.
Well, luckily, when I moved into this apartment, I hung one right at the end of the main hallway, and there's a light right there, so it's just perfect to use for recording stand-up videos and stuff. So lighting isn't the greatest, but oh well.
I don't even have my copy of the Constitution where I can get to it. That's packed up somewhere.
You don't have the Second Amendment memorized? Come on, man.
Well, I have it memorized, but I'm saying I have a desktop copy of the Constitution, and she's got that packed up. I mean, she was packing everything except for like the stuff on the bookshelf. We went to go play video games the one day. She packed all of them up. They're all packed. It's like the only ones she didn't pack up are the PlayStation 1 games. All the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, it's all packed up. It's like, son of a bitch.
Why don't you go in there and start packing up her makeup and shit? See how much she likes that.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not suicidal, man.
It's America, damn it.
America. Every second matters.
I'm surprised I have Transformers that haven't been packed up, to be perfectly honest with you. She was going to grab stuff off my little desk thing here. I was like, don't touch anything on this.
And I'm going to wear my Every Second Matters hat tomorrow to work. Since I can't carry out there, but I can wear my hat.
Yeah, she packed up that R&O display stand. I was like, you realize I was supposed to do a video on that, and you just packed it up. She's like, well, I can wait till we get to the house.
I knew she didn't like me.
I've done 2 videos on it.
Yeah, but
Well,
you had
3 because I had to redo the second one.
Yeah. I got a prototype. Mine was a prototype model.
Turns out you're supposed to put the magazine in the right direction,
Yeah, that helps.
as I find out when I had it released for a few minutes.
Yeah. I got mine before he even
Oh.
started selling them.
Yeah, well, hey, not all these channels out there. Gary's been the best salesman so far, and he's not even a salesman. So,
Hey, I've helped sell
Glad
the
to know
things on
that.
Gary.
Yeah.
I've helped sell them on Gary's channel. Thank you. Yeah, it was it one of the Sunday shows when I first got it where we were showing it off.
I
Well, as
don't
soon as
know.
I saw
mean,
them the first time, I wanted one. Then once I had one in my hands, it's like, okay, everybody else is going to want this too. So
Gary just must be a better smooth talker or something. I don't know.
might be the only thing I can sell, but hey, that works.
Yeah, we've talked about it on this show before.
Snob did a video. Let's see who else did a video.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the display has shown up on my channel. Just I haven't done a dedicated video to it yet because before I got a chance to, it got boxed up and packed away somewhere.
You could do an Instagram post. I haven't even done an Instagram post yet, I don't think.
Snob did one. G23 did one. DM Foss did one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Travis P11 did one.
See, I could have done a video when I first got it, but somebody said, no, don't go making videos or anything about this quite yet. So I wonder who that was.
Well, you could have put it in a can and just not released it.
Well, no, I was told not to make a video at all yet.
Well, I had to get everything in order first to make sure, legally and legitimately.
So are you at the point where you can quit your job and just do this full time now?
Yeah, if I want to live in a cardboard box.
Yeah, I hear that. Got to pay bills.
You're not a cat.
No. It isn't working out like that yet. So
Maybe
we
it
plan
will.
on maybe hitting up this Rod of Iron festival as a vendor. So maybe see how that goes. So they're oh geez, trying to think. There's a church group up there that basically worships the AR. They bring their ARs to church and everything. So seems like it might be the perfect atmosphere for it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Could try the Great American Outdoor Show. See if you can get in there as a vendor. That's not far. That's in Harrisburg.
You'd have to pay quite a bit for a table, I'll bet you.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. They had some smaller vendors.
Now, if you was to bring it to Wanamaker,
Well, they had at the Great American Outdoor Show. They had small local vendors there too. It wasn't all big companies. So
Any idea what a table cost at one of those types of places?
I have no idea what the tables were costing at the Great American Outdoor Show. I just know they had the big companies were in the main room, and then in the hallway connecting the different other displays, going towards where the boat and archery stuff was. They had a little mom and pop kind of companies that were in that area. That's where they had those ladies that were selling the barbecue sauce. That's where theirs were. They had a jerky company there, a local jerky company, and then there was a couple other gun and knife things that were just small little local companies that were set up in that hallway. I'm sure they didn't pay anywhere near what Remington or any of the big companies paid. Remington had a massive display. That's probably why they went bankrupt. Honest to God, Remington was taking up an eighth of the floor space there in the firearms display area. I mean, they had a massive, between their guns and the ammo division and everything, they had a huge section of that floor space. And it's not a small building. It's not as big as Wanamaker, but this place it's the same kind of building. It's where they do farm shows and stuff with the livestock and stuff in Harrisburg. Same kind of building as what they use for Wanamaker. Not quite as big, but not small either, we were there for 2 days and we didn't see hardly everything. I think we walked around the firearms room, and then we walked around the archery area. We didn't even make it over to like where the boats and the cars and shit were. You know, the ATVs. They had some of the ATVs in the area where in the room with the firearm stuff, and they had Dodge had a small little truck display there, but the main car display and boat display was all the way at the other end of the building. We didn't even make it that far. I know what one of the other companies was they had in the hallway. It was a patch company, the local company, and did like different patches and stuff.
It sounds like a lot of people go to that show, though.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people there. Parking was a bitch if you weren't there first thing.
And it's what you got to do when you go to Wanamaker's. You want to get there before the doors open if you want a good parking space. Otherwise, you may end up walking a ways.
Yeah, it was like $10 for parking, but where we parked the second day came with charter bus ride to the building, so you didn't have to walk because you had to park. We were parked miles away from the building, so we took a. No, that was the first day. The first day we had to take the bus, but yeah, they had charter buses. They had chartered buses to take people from the parking lot that were farther out away from the farm exposition center. I think's what they call the place. To from the parking lot that we were parked into there was like 3 or 4 miles. So they had charter bus that picked people up at the. They had scheduled, but they had bus stops, and you would wait at the bus stop for the charter bus to come along, and then you would get on the charter bus, and they take you to the building. Which, if you figure bus fare, I guess, and then parking, $10 wasn't that much, and that was all day. It wasn't like you had to pay more if you were there for a certain amount of time. It was $10 all day parking, which, it's not bad in an event to only pay $10 for parking.
No.
But they were using whatever buses they could find. They had charter buses. They were using. Some people were getting on school buses because they couldn't get enough charter buses. They were using the school buses for the local college. Okay. I thought it was weird that the college had school buses, but the college had the school buses had the college name on the side of them. It's like, huh. I've never seen a college have school buses before.
I have. It's typical. Students, in a sense, will, work for the school or whatever as a driver and part-time job or whatever. So they have that kind of in my area with the college.
Yeah, you go on the campus of Lake Pitt or Community College Allegheny County, which is like the community college in Pittsburgh, and Carnegie Mellon. None of them had school buses. It's like Duquesne didn't have school buses. Robert Morris. There's a lot of colleges in Pittsburgh. Good Lord, that city is like. You wouldn't think of Pittsburgh really as a college town, but Pittsburgh is a massive college town.
You got to educate them kids somewhere.
Yeah, even in the suburbs, like Penn State's got a branch in McKeesport, which is a suburb just north of this city. Then you got the Roche College out in the North Hills, which is suburb in Pittsburgh. And Robert Morris is the campus downtown, and then there's a campus out by the airport. You got Point Park, it's Point Park University now. It used to be Point Park College. Like I said, Carnegie Mellon and Pitt, they're both out in Oakland. Duquesne is downtown. You got the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. You got the Culinary Institute of Pittsburgh. Christ, there's ones I'm forgetting. I mean, it's like 20 different colleges or trade schools in the city of Pittsburgh, or just outside.
We don't have any in my city or county.
Hmm.
There's not a college in this county at all.
Well, this is a college town. Got a branch of WVU.
It's not a bad thing, Gary. College towns, the towns tend to just focus on the college because they bring in income. You know, everything turns into service, and the streets look like freaking garbage dumps half the time. And some areas get actually completely blocked off so people can just be drunk walking around the street, make sure life hell trying to get across town.
Yeah,
And rents go up. Everybody expects you know, an extra $500 for a shitty ass 1-bedroom because they can get it out of the college kids.
It's the exact opposite here, man. The rents and
it's-
stuff here are a lot lower. It's so crazy.
Maybe it's
But I
a
know
New
what you're
York
talking
thing,
about
but
because if you,
it's a bitch. Like everything
Well, yeah, I
gets
know.
jacked
Yeah.
up because you know they think
Yeah.
you're driving a $70,000 car when you're 18 or 20. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
well, yeah. Well, the one reason is because when you're in college, your student aid helps pay for your residence, so people charge more because they know they're getting the college's money. Basically, is what they think anyway. They don't realize that these kids have to repay that. You know.
It's like 1,600 for a room around here.
Yeah. Well, you get an Oakland
Yeah,
section of
and that's a
Pittsburgh.
room.
Yeah, you get an Oakland section of Pittsburgh or the immediate areas around there, your rent's going to be a lot higher than if you were living on the north side or the south side of the city. So you'll get a lot of the college students, they'll commute from like the north side or south side of the city to go to Pitt or Carnegie Mellon because their rent's going to be cheaper than if they actually lived on campus.
Well, when you live in a county that barely has 8,000 people, you don't have to worry about all that mess. Yes, 8,000 in the county.
Here, the college, it's not really super big. Originally it was a community college essentially that was bought by WVU, and now they're putting in like 4-year courses and stuff. But before that, it was just like a 2-year school, and they didn't even have dormitory. They bought a building across the street and they're turning that into a dorm. But for the 4-year students and stuff. But yeah, the prices aren't on the rent and stuff haven't gone up any or anything since they turned it into a 4-year school. It's all just what it was before. We live just outside the town or city it's proper, but my youngest daughter, excuse me, the oldest lives at home still because she's doing school. She's doing online schooling. But our youngest, she lives in the town proper, not far from the college, and their rent's not that much. So, yeah. But yeah, like you were saying, like if you get into a major city that has a college and you live right there by the college, your rent's going to be a lot higher than if you lived to where you would have to take a bus to get to the school. Like I said, you get students from Pitt, they'll live on the north side or the south side of the city instead of living in Oakland because it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, around here, it don't matter what side of the city you live on. In a sense, a lot of people, they're just, they're asking for those prices because they know other people are getting it. And some of them are absolutely crazy because, a lot of these places are fairly nice, new, remodeled, parking, Wi-Fi, laundry. And then you'll have grandma with an extra bedroom asking for the same price. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's crazy. but you can get close to the same price, and that's what a lot of people do. And it's just like a regular, family room basement or something with 2 or 3 bedrooms in it, and that's what you're paying for. Like, obviously, you can get a mortgage for half the cost in a sense. It's amazing, and people do it all the time. And then, so if you're not in college or a young person just trying to get out on your own, like, the prices are jacked, and the jobs don't pay that kind of, rent money. Like, if you bust out a quarter or a third of your income for rent or whatever, and it don't add up. I can tell you that, not with normal jobs around here. So
Yeah.
for younger people,
Early in the mid 90s, when my wife and I first got together, we were renting with a roommate a 2-bedroom townhouse, right, on the north side of Pittsburgh. We were paying $350 a month in rent. That same apartment,
$350.
Yeah, well, this was back in the early 90s.
You can't get a bedroom for $350. That's
Let me finish, man. You go out to Oakland on the Pitt or Carnegie Mellon campus, that same apartment in the early 90s was costing you $700. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're still not getting a 2-bedroom for $700.
Shit, we got a 3-bedroom here for $711.
Must be nice. That's what I mean.
Well, this is a college town, man.
Yeah, I guess college town in New York's more expensive.
Well, it's New York. Everything in New York's more expensive. It's the nature of the game there.
Like a $600-$700 2-bedroom around here. If you could find one, you wouldn't want to live in it.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, we got a nice 1.5 bath, 3-bedroom townhouse, $711 a month. Well, I take that back. They just increased the rent. It's $733 a month. But we get the deal for this house to finally go through, and our mortgage is going to be half as much as what our rent is.
Yeah, it'd be good.
So paying $733 now a month. The mortgage is going to be between $350 and $400. So it's a big difference in cost.
Is there insurance included with it, or you gotta pull insurance separately?
For what, the townhouse or the house? Because we're going to have to
The
get
mortgage
separately.
separately. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be separate.
And do they wrap taxes in with the mortgage or no?
No.
Okay. All right. So then you gotta add that up, divide it by 12, blah blah.
Yeah, it's still going to be cheaper than what we're paying now.
Then utilities. And the house may be bigger.
The only thing we're not paying is water. And water doesn't cost that much. We've talked to people there. It's the standard water bill for the town's like $30 a month.
Is the house bigger?
Yeah, it's a little bigger.
What's insulated better, your place or the house?
They're both insulated well. To say which one's insulated better, I couldn't tell you. But they're both very well insulated. They just did a year or two ago put new fresh blow-in insulation throughout the house. So, and it had a new roof put on. And,
About windows.
Yeah, windows are good. They're going to eventually need replaced. They're older windows, but they're not bad. They don't rattle or anything along those lines.
Older as in what? Older vinyl? Older wood?
Older wood, but they're not super old. You know, they're not the
Okay.
original windows.
No, that's not bad. It's probably better than older vinyl because a lot of the first vinyls that came out, gas would leak and seep out of them, and they turned
Oh,
into
yeah.
regular windows. So
Yeah, they're
they're
old
not
enough
much
to where
better. So
they're old enough to where they still have the old school window weights in them, but they're
Mhm.
not the original windows that came with the house.
okay, yeah. So single pane, but yeah.
Yeah,
And like I
but they're
said,
thick.
some of those original vinyls are
Yeah.
no better. They're dual pane, but they're the gas is leaked out years ago.
Oh yeah.
Modern ones are much better, but the first runs of things were always
Yeah.
kind of janky.
I was shocked at how thick the glass in these windows was, to be honest with you. The glass is pretty thick. But I tell you what, man, we went in there. When they were doing the inspection, you could tell how good the insulation was because that house was hot as hell in there. That's the AC on. Woo. It was holding the heat in.
Is the attic ventilated or the soffit?
Yeah, it's all up to code and everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm just checking because
Yeah.
some people don't realize that your house is supposed to breathe.
Yeah.
And that creates other problems if
Yeah,
not.
no kidding.
Okay.
But there's no moisture in the attic or anything along those lines either. So the only one question was the electrical. So when the guy did the house inspection, he recommended we had an electrician look. So we had an electrician go in and look, and he just went and did a quick fix on the ground because the ground wasn't grounded proper whenever she had whoever did the electrical work converting it over to the from fuse box to circuit breakers. They didn't ground it properly, so he went and did a quick ground work on the ground. He didn't even really charge us that much for it, but he charged us like $10 more than what the inspection was going to cost, because it was a simple 5-minute job to fix what was screwed up. So what?
I was just gonna say it might have been the wire running to the ground stake or something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of times they run up the side and some cases get damaged. So
yeah, and they didn't charge us a lot for the inspection, for the electrical inspection. Like the home inspection, we paid I think it was $400 for. He's only charging us like $250 for the electrical inspection, which isn't bad.
And you have $220.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. And obviously, you said you're over the breakers. And what about the meter? Is that the older or digital?
It's the older one, but you know what?
Okay.
All the ones here in town are like the older ones.
Yeah, I prefer the older one personally, but
yeah. And the furnace is just a couple years old. The hot water heater is only a couple years old. So you can tell by looking at them, they're not that old. You know what I mean? You can tell when you look at a furnace that the furnace is old. this thing, you can tell it's only a couple years old.
yeah. So what? Forced air?
Yeah. That's not unusual.
No. How are the ducts? Did you check
They're
those?
good. Yeah, they're good. The inspector checked all that stuff. He's like, yeah, the heating and cooling system's really good. He said they're in really good shape. You can tell that. He's like, you can tell this work was just done within the last couple of years.
So they're clean.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The only
It's a biggie.
Yeah, the only like mold or anything they found was a little bit of mildew, like where the washer and dryer go. Oops, we lost him. But mildew in the laundry area, that's not uncommon.
No, it's not.
There was a little bit in the bathroom too, but again, not uncommon. You have moisture, mildew grows where moisture is.
That's true.
There's not much you can do to combat
Unless you get it
Just-
cleaned up real quick.
That's not as big an issue as like green mold or black mold would be. Those are the nasty ones.
Yep.
It's got double wash tub in the basement. The utility sink. It's got double one of those. He's back. What were you gonna say something?
Me or Rob?
Yeah. Yeah, you.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. What the hell was I saying before when Rob got kicked?
He's talking about anytime you had the moisture, you'd have mildew.
Yeah, that's what it was. The only mold they found was a little bit of mildew in the basement and a little bit in the bathroom. But that's usual. Old house, you're gonna have that. It was where the laundry area was in the basement and a little bit in the bathroom, but that's easy to clean up. That's nothing hard. And like I was telling Gary, it's not like it was black or green mold. That's when you're in trouble, when you got black or green mold growing. There was none of that, so that's good. Trying to see what else was there. The utility sink, the double basin utility sink in the basement. It's got the hose hook up in the basement that can also be used, to fill up like a bucket, your cleaning bucket and stuff. So you don't have to like hold it underneath the wash tub or anything. It's right there. So that's a nice little feature too. If you ever had to fill up cleaning buckets, if you ever worked janitorial, that little spigot that comes off the side, yeah, you want that. It's a hell of a lot easier.
Yep, I've done that in my time, believe it or not.
It beats the hell out of having to pick up a mop bucket and hold it under a spigot. I'll tell you that much. I had to do that at Greyhound because the hose that we were supposed to use to fill the mop bucket broke. And the whole time I worked there, they never replaced it. So we had to get the mop bucket and put it in the big utility sink and fill it that way and then try and pick it up out of the sink and set it on the floor. That was a pain in the ass.
It seems like we had to do that in the nursing home I worked too, because we had basically a janitor's closet that had the big mop sink in it and all the cleaning stuff.
Yep, that's the way it was at Greyhound. In the bathroom, you had the utility sink in the men's room. The men's room had the utility closet. The ladies' room didn't have one. And
Like you guys just get an adapter and a short hose.
Because I was going to pay to do that, and I was told I wasn't allowed because it has to come out of the budget and they have to have all the receipts and everything. Like, Jesus Christ!
Should have just bring your personal hose.
No, I was actually told that if I were to do that, and corporate were to find out, I could be terminated for doing it.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause
I
you could
had to
just
run,
take an
but
old water hose and cut the end off of it to where you had
Yeah.
about maybe 4 or 5
Mhm.
feet.
or a washer hose would probably work as well. Washer machine fill line.
I've done that before for water heaters just to have a place where you could do a dump every once in a while because I had a plumber tell me it's a good idea to dump those every
Drain.
once in a while into the floor drain.
Yeah, I had
It
to bite
is.
my tongue. I had to bite my tongue because I was going to go off on the terminal manager because he told me, "Well, we would replace that, but it's not in the budget right now." I was like, "We're talking about a $5 length of hose." It's like Jesus. Oh, I was about to go off.
Hot water heaters collect settlement like anything with water, especially if you're on city water or something. Well water as well.
Yeah, but
And if you
that's
don't
what's
flush
nice.
them,
Yeah,
it
have you
builds
seen
up
the new
around the
ones?
heating element.
Yeah, have you seen the new ones? They got this. They got a propeller in the bottom of them where it keeps the water stirred up so that it doesn't settle.
No, I'm not familiar with those yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good idea to drain them. Even if there is a propeller or something like that, it's still abrasive, and eventually that's going to burn out a bearing or something. So if you want to get like the biggest bang for your buck, you should probably drain it out once a year, and then flush it. So let it fill a little bit, and then let it drain right back out. So, and you'd be surprised at some of the nasty stuff that comes out of something that's
Oh yeah,
only been running a year or two.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, we had when we lived on the other place, we had bought a nice hot water heater and put it in, and like a year and a half later, the fucking pipe going into the hot water heater sprung a leak. The water went down, got into the wiring, and shorted the damn thing out. It was like, son of a like, motherfucker. that was one of the ones that had the thing that stirs up the water. And we drained that tank. There was like, that water was crystal clear that came out of there.
I've seen them shot from where you make your connection to bring the water into them.
Mm-hmm.
There was a small leak, and it just dripped and dripped and dripped, and it basically tore up that piece where the threads and everything just rotted right the hell out. So technically, there was nothing you can really do to it at that point.
Well, it was real fun.
Pretty crappy way to lose a hot water heater.
Yeah, it was real fun when the water heater we had before that one, the safety valve went on it, and hot water just shot out of there and just filled the basement. Because the way the basement was set up, the floor and the door, there was no drain, first off, because it was a dirt floor basement. This house was over 100 years old, and the floor was not equal to the ground level outside. It was sunk down in. So even though you had to go through a door to get into the basement from the outside, you had to step down into the basement. So the floor filled up like a goddamn swimming pool. There was 3 or 4 inches of water that you had to walk through to get to the hot water heater to shut the fucking water off. It's like just spray. Meanwhile, this thing's just spraying water. I was like, son of a bitch.
Did you pump it out or just leave it in there?
Oh no, we got my mother-in-law's shop vac and used it as a pump and pumped it out.
Bet that took forever.
Yeah, and like I said, it was a dirt floor, so some of the water just sunk down into the ground, and then the rest got pumped out. But yeah, that was fun.
I gotta get running, but I'll catch you guys later.
All right, Rob.
All right, Rob.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Yep, you too. See ya.
Yeah, having to get that water out of that basement, that was fun.
Yeah, I'll bet it was.
And then we tried draining the rest of the water out of the tank to get it out of the basement. That water didn't want to come out of that tank for shit. Damn thing was half full. Was like, we're just leaving it here. Fuck it. For all I know, it's still sitting there in the basement.
Wow.
That thing was so goddamn heavy. It was a 60-gallon tank.
Oh yeah, it was heavy then.
Yeah, it still had like 30, 40 gallons of water in it.
Yeah, a lot of water heaters, that'd be a full tank. So
Yeah. So we got it. We were able to move it enough that we could get the new one put in. that was far enough.
Yeah, I hear you.
It was me and then a buddy of mine, and neither one of us are super small guys, you know. Like, yeah, we manhandled it to get it as far away as we did.
Yeah, them things are heavy as is.
Yeah, we tried using his dolly, and we popped the damn tire on the dolly.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I rented an older house once. It had a dirt floor basement. You had to go down in there in the wintertime to light the furnace. It had the floor furnace with a big opening that came up into the middle of the house. And that's how it warmed everything, basically. First place I ever had that had one of those in it. It just had the big grating in between the living room and the dining room.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one house we looked at was like that, but it had a pipe that went all the way up, one single pipe, and that's how the heating was all the way through it. It was like the way they situated the bedrooms. You would open up the grate in one room, the other grate in the other, and the grate in the other, and it all just came out of there. And then the downstairs was all hooked off that same pipe. I had never seen ductwork done like that before until we looked at that house.
But believe it or not, that furnace heated. It is a pretty good size house, but it kept it warm in there. Now, if you went into the bedrooms or anything like that, you didn't dare shut the door in the wintertime.
The other house, when we first moved in, we were using the wood stove. Halloween that year, yeah, it was Halloween day. The damn chimney caught fire.
No, that's not good.
Yeah. Oh man, this house is cursed. Honest to God. Yeah. And then, so I'm standing there. I'm shoveling out the hot shit that's falling out of the chimney to keep the house from burning down. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The fire department got there. They said if I wouldn't have done what I did, the house would have burnt. It would have been gone.
Yep. Sounds like you're being summoned.
My daughter.
Yeah.
She's talking about, yeah, and they had to put a hole in the chimney in their bedroom, so they had a hole in the wall going into where the chimney was, which obviously was condemned because once you have a fire in your chimney, they condemn the chimney and you can't use it. So we couldn't use the wood stove anymore. So we had a bunch of little electric heaters everywhere.
Yep.
They were like, well, can we do like a small little exhaust thing and have like a furnace or something? And like, nope, you would have to have a whole new chimney built. Couldn't even run like a liner or anything through that with to run your like exhaust off your furnace up through that chimney. Once they condemn it, you can't use it at all. So, son of a bitch, because we could have just ran like a corrugated steel pipe through there and used that instead of having to put like a whole new hole with no roof or anything. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You can't do that. There's always a chance that the heat coming off of that could reignite something, is what they said. Because once you have it to where it's going to ignite, it can ignite again if you do any kind of heat source through it.
Yeah, it could.
And then a few years before we moved from there up to here, we had a fight with termites. Like I said, I think that house was just cursed. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Good thing you got out of there.
Oh, yeah. I didn't want to move to the damn house to begin with. That was my wife's idea. I wanted to stay where we were at. He's like, no, I want to go there. I want to get out of town. And then we move out there. And it was nothing but one problem after another. I mean, the well, we put 2 or 3 pumps in that damn well because the pumps kept dying.
Now that I'm renting, all I gotta worry about is landlord taking care of stuff around here. If not, when's my lease in so I can move next time?
I told my wife I'd rather just stay here. So I don't think she realizes what home ownership entails if something goes wrong,
Yeah, I've done both. Trust me, I'm a lot happier where I'm at now.
I told her what, because we've had a issue with where we had to have the dishwasher replaced, had to have work done on the stove, had to have the garbage disposal here replaced, and they had to do plumbing stuff because the plumbing outside got clogged up because somebody was flushing something down the toilet they weren't supposed to, and the emergency drain that's in the utility closet where the hot water heater and the furnace are, sewage was coming back up through those pipes in everybody's apartments. I told her, you realize with a house that would all came out of our pocket.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be cheap.
No. Living here, we didn't pay for any of those repairs, other than maybe our monthly rent.
Mm-hmm.
And the rent is income based, so if the kids move out, our rent goes down.
Hey, there you go.
It's not welfare apartments or anything, but it is based on income.
Yeah.
Guess you would call that what, rent controlled?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, to tell you the truth.
Not sure what the terminology would be because it's not like Section 8 or anything like that. They don't do Section 8, but they base your rent on how much money you're making.
Yeah, we've got those around here. I just pay a flat fee.
Yeah, we're paying the max right now because our son works full time at Walmart, and then my wife works full time at the hospital. So we're making over the amount to where you get a discount on your rent.
Okay.
Between the two of them, they're making over, Christ, they're making close to 60 grand a year between the two of them.
Dang.
Yeah, my son's making like $15 an hour.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
No, mid-20s working at Walmart making $15 an hour. He's like, I don't want to quit my job. I got to find a way to get back and forth to work if we move. Yeah, you're gonna see if they got a 1-bedroom apartment here that you can rent.
True enough.
Yeah, the 1-bedrooms here aren't bad either. They're nice. They don't have laundry facility, but in the apartment, but they'd have their own private little laundromat here.
Yeah, we've got one down the basement here that I can use. Coin laundry.
The 3-bedroom, like what we have, they all have the laundry hookups. The 2-bedroom and the 1-bedroom don't, but the 3-bedroom do. So we got our own washer and dryer in here, which is nice. So we don't have to worry about having change for the laundromat or anything,
Well, I can either go downstairs to the coin laundry, or when I go to my daughter's on Saturday, I can just pack my hamper with me and do it while I'm there for free. All depends on whether I want to haul that hamper up and down the stairs. That's the only thing.
Yeah. My daughter just reminded me that our son essentially has a supervisor's position without being a supervisor.
Okay.
He didn't take the supervisor test or something, so he doesn't technically have the title of supervisor, but technically he is a supervisor, if you catch my meaning.
Mm-hmm.
He works in the claims department. And our youngest, she works full time over there too. She works in the deli. She's making a little bit less than what he is. They're both make about the same amount. He's making over $15.50, and she's making like $4.90 or $15 an hour in the deli. So they both like working there. So.
Well, that's good.
And they got good benefits over there too. I mean, it's crazy the benefit. You know, you don't find like good benefits at a non-union supermarket or something. You know what I mean? If I'm working at a supermarket, I know how that goes. But just the supermarket I worked at was an independent, and we weren't a union store. We didn't have any benefits. But yeah, they get like full health coverage and stuff over there. And, everything. I mean, they got some nice benefits over there. People put down Walmart and said that Walmart doesn't take care of their employees. Couldn't prove that by my kids. I'm telling you that right now. You know, they're not,
Yeah.
they're getting decent money for their ages, with you know, chance promotion options and stuff to where they can make even more money, and they get decent benefits. So it's like, I don't know where people get that Walmart is like slave labor for their workers in the stores. They're not.
All depends on your outlook.
It's either that or my kids work at the one good Walmart in the world.
Yeah.
You're in your mid-20s and you're still living at home and you're making $15 an hour with medical. I would have killed for that when I was his age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have too. I didn't make anywhere near that.
No, I think the highest paying job I had when I was around his age was $10 an hour. Busting my ass working at a die cutters. You know, having to move heavy sheaves of paper around and shit. You know, I would have killed to have his job at that age. And I didn't have benefits. You know?
Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, when I worked at Greyhound, I was making $6.25. That was 95 to 96. That was more than minimum wage, granted, but still.
Yeah, they didn't raise minimum wage much over the last 20, 30 years. That's for sure.
Yeah, but at that time, minimum wage would have still been $4 something. It's like $4.50, $4.55. Something like
Sounds
that.
about right.
I was making $6.25. I was due to get a raise and full time, and then I got laid off right before Christmas of 96.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, 96. No, that was 95. That would have been Christmas 95. Yep. Our daughter had just been born, our oldest daughter. She was born in October 27th. Worked the month of November. Beginning of December, I got a pink slip from the corporate office. And the best part is, corporate didn't even tell the local terminal. They thought I quit until I went and turned my uniform in and stuff. And I showed them the paper. They were like, and they called up corporate, and corporate's like, yeah, didn't you get the notification? They're like, no, we didn't get no notification. It was like, won't be calling you if we knew. Oh, my supervisor was hot. I think he called the woman on the phone every name that you can call somebody without actually swearing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was pissed off, man. Not like I wasn't. Thankfully, we had things we could fall back on for a couple of months, you know. But yeah, that was a fun time. You know, we're going out to the one mall on the subway, and we're talking to each other. And I guess this one businessman that was on the train heard us talking. We get off the train, we get into the mall. He comes up behind us, hands us an envelope, you know, a bank envelope, tells us, "Here, I want you to have this." We open it. It's $1,000 in the envelope. Some
Dang.
stranger we didn't even know just gave us $1,000.
Dang.
It was like, holy shit. And we're going to thank him. Dude, this is gone. It was like,
Wow.
yeah, it was craziest thing, man. My wife just started crying. There was 10 $100 bills in that envelope. The only thing we can assume is that he was on his way to the bank or something and deposited it and changed his mind, and he gave it to us.
Yeah. Somebody was looking out for you.
Yeah. And thank God he did, you know, because that helped cover rent and stuff for a couple months. Gave me a chance to find another job, you know.
Right.
Went back to working at the supermarket I was working at before I quit to go work at Greyhound. Which that time of year they need people, so that I think I started working there beginning of January again, which is funny because it was the beginning of January when I had started working there 2 years prior. That's my first day working there. The first time was January 2nd, 1994. The second time I started working there was January 3rd, 1996.
Wow.
I remember those days because it was like the first Monday of each month or something, if I remember right. You know, it was right after New Year's.
Yeah.
Hell, it was February 2nd, 95 when I started working at Greyhound. And then like a week later, I got hit in the head with the damn luggage bin door from one of the buses. Damn lucky it didn't hit my eye. Oh yeah, man, I was split wide open. I got a nice hospital room trip. Yeah, emergency room on an ambulance. It wasn't a bad cut, but head wounds bleed a lot.
Yeah,
So
they do.
it looked a lot worse than what it actually was because it was a one stitch job and that was it. Got that taken care of. Go to obviously did not go back to work that day. Went to pick my wife up walked over downtown to meet my wife after work and had a nice bandage on my head. She's like, "What the hell happened?" Oh, I got hit in the head with a luggage bin door. Hell, when I crushed my thumb working at Giant Eagle, I went to the emergency room. One of the jitney drivers, if you don't know what jitney driver is, it's like a private cab kind of thing where they don't actually work for anybody, but you pay the guys to take you with a cab, and it's usually cheaper. But the manager had one of them take me up to the emergency room. Went in, got brace put on my thumb. I went back to work that day. I just walked down the street, went right back to work. I didn't go home or anything. Took some Motrin and went back to work. He's like, "I am shocked you came back to work." He's like, "Most people would have just went home." I was like, "Yeah, but it was just work was actually closer." At that time, I was still living at home, so I would have to waited for the bus or anything. I was like, "I'm just gonna go back to work."
There you go.
My mother's boyfriend was going to pick me up after work anyway, so I didn't have to pay for the bus or anything. And I got paid.
Well, yeah, there's always that.
Yeah, I got paid for when I was in the ER. They paid me for the whole shift. So, and they obviously paid the hospital bill and everything.
Moo's back out there.
Yep.
That's the first chat I've seen out there in a long time.
That was the time when remember me telling you the story about how I got my thumb crushed by the shopping cart that had the icicles on it. Yeah, that was that time. I went to the hospital, they bandaged up my thumb. It wasn't broken, but it was extremely badly bruised, so they splinted it to protect it. But it bandaged up the cut and everything. I went right back to work that day. By that point, it was numb. I couldn't feel anything anyway. The next day, it hurt like hell.
So MKJO wants to know if you're going to do an Instagram segment like Midnight Range TM.
I wasn't planning on it. To be honest, I wasn't planning on going this long. Moo, you're not far off, man. Like I said, I think winning all this shit off of YouTube has been karma finally catching back up.
Yeah.
I've had some terrible luck in my life.
Yeah, you have.
I mean, I haven't even touched on half of it. Well, you know this shit with my mother already. When I was a kid, I was in and out of the hospital with severe urinary tract infections, multiple surgeries to try and fix that issue. It's been one thing after another.
And you survived.
Somehow. Well, there were many times where I probably should have been dead. To be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I was one step away from renal failure from the urinary tract infections when I was a kid. There was one point where the doctors didn't know if I was going to make it through the year. Honest to God. And the best part is, because I didn't have an actual disease, I couldn't do the Make-A-Wish thing. My brother could because he had leukemia, but the leukemia he had a 90% survival rate. Me, I'm constantly in and out of the hospital, once on death's doorstep, and I couldn't do Make-A-Wish because I didn't have an actual disease, you know? It's like, what the hell kind of nonsense is that? I'm the one that's actually dying. My mother was not happy about that part. She's like, you're going to give it to the kid that's not dying and the one that actually is on his deathbed from 1 month to the next. You're like, we can't. It's the bylaws that he has to have an actual recognized disease to qualify, or a severe physical disability. And they're like, we can't qualify it. That's that.
Yeah, the rules are kind of dumb sometimes.
Yeah, they absolutely are. But you know what? If I had the money to donate a lot of money to charity, Make-A-Wish would be one of the ones I would donate to. That organization, I mean, with what they do with my brother and stuff, man, that organization and seeing the Make-A-Wish kids because of my brother and the smiles on their faces when they go to these Make-A-Wish events, like going and actually meeting members of the Pittsburgh Pirates at their Christmas party every year, and going to the Pirate games. And when you went to the Pirate games through Make-A-Wish, they had an autograph session with players and stuff. Like, this was back when the Pirates were good, and Doug Drabeck would be there. The year he won the Cy Young and stuff, and to see the looks on these, I was in my mid-teens by that point. To see the looks on those younger kids' faces and the smiles and the happiness on these kids that are potentially dying, man, that does something, you know?
Oh yeah.
You feel it, you know? So if I had the money, Make-A-Wish would definitely be getting money. No, I have no doubt in my mind that I would be donating to them on a yearly basis if I could. I mean, those people, even if they couldn't do anything for me, those people are still saints for what they do for those other kids. Yeah.
Dang, there's 6 people watching now.
Yeah. I tell you
Like,
what, John Cena is a dick for what he did with China and Taiwan and stuff. But man, somewhere I still got to respect the guy for the work he does for Make-A-Wish. He has fulfilled more wishes through Make-A-Wish than anybody else in history has. He has done over 1,000 wishes. He did 400 in 1 year.
wow.
You know, I'm still pissed at him for the China thing, but I still got to respect him for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He holds the record. I think he did 458 Make-A-Wish things in 1 year. And that's individual. It wasn't like he was just going to a party and they were counting it. He did 458 individual wishes in 1 year.
That's a lot.
That is an insane number. That's more than one a day. And that doesn't even count the money that he's donated to him. He donated half his salary from WWE to them 1 year.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty penny.
Yeah, this was back when he was making like $4.5 million a year from WWE alone. So you're looking at 2.75 million. No, not quite that much. 450, $2.25 million he donated that year to Make-A-Wish. So it's like no matter how much I get pissed off at the guy for stupid shit he's done, you got to respect him for what he's done for those kids. And that doesn't even count the appearances that he's done at these Make-A-Wish parties and stuff, like the players for the Pirates. You know,
Right.
The guy is a saint for Make-A-Wish, just the Make-A-Wish stuff. Everything else, you can feel however you want about Cena, but the Make-A-Wish stuff, the guy is a saint for that. You know, you don't see a lot of these celebrities going out in other way to do that kind of thing on a daily basis like he has. That's just the facts, you know.
Yeah.
God, how did I even get on this rant? God. I mean, I'm one step away from having tears coming out of my eyes right now. Honest to God, that's what I feel for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, man. I mean, they did a lot for my brother. He went to summer camp every year from them. We went to, I don't know how many baseball games. Their annual Christmas party with the Pirates. We went to Disney World because of them, you know. When you make your wish through them, they tell you you're a member of our family at that point, right? So
Right.
it's not a one-time thing. They're always inviting you to do different things. Like I said, they had the summer camp that was set up for them and stuff. His best friend that he met at the Make-A-Wish summer camp died. You know, and it's like, man, we got to come up with a different topic, or I'm going to end up crying on the show.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to turn in pretty soon. I got to get up in 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, you got anything you want to plug, man? I guess we can just wind her down.
Oh, well, don't forget tomorrow's Every Second Matters, everybody. So take a picture, do a social media post, open carry if you can, or, wear a hat or something. Talk about the Second Amendment to people and help us spread the word, spread the awareness.
Absolutely. I guess for me, I'm going to say if you have a local branch of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which most states do, if it'll be like here, West Virginia and southwestern Pennsylvania are connected together. In fact, that's where my Amazon Smile money goes, is to Make-A-Wish Foundation. If you have the means to do so, and you want to do some charitable work for people, for somebody that's going to appreciate it and put a smile on their face, consider Make-A-Wish Foundation, please. They are a very good organization. It does a lot of good for these sick kids. And if your money helps put a smile on one sick kid, you've done something worth doing. So please, if you can, if you have the financial means to do so, consider donating to Make-A-Wish Foundation. These kids are in bad shape when they go there, and a lot of them may not make it through the year. Put a smile on their face if you can. I guess that's all I got to say on that front. So on that note, until next week or wherever else I end up seeing you on somebody's show this week, take care, everybody, and please donate to Make-A-Wish if you can. Thanks.
George agrees.
Have a good night, folks. Catch you later.